Hello, hello. I thought I had that freaking thing on vibrate. Everybody's here, I see. Oh, Kiko, Art. What's happening there, gentlemen and ladies? Oh, man.
What's happening there,
It's a
gentlemen
hot
and
day today,
ladies?
boy. Very hot. That's okay. It's the kind of stuff I like. Ooh. This freaking thing look different here, man. Oh, yeah. Forgot. Sorry. I'm usually on the ball, but not today, apparently. Oops. Apparently not. All right. There. Yeah, too bad that won't let me come on there and cancel that out on YouTube before I start this. So, picture behind me, that's the great Brett Favre, man. Matter of fact, I got that for Christmas present a long time ago when he was a three-time MVP, and that one has he's a two-time. And my ex-wife got it for me from a printing vendor that they used, and he signed it. There were 100 of them. They're not numbered, but just the same, it's a genuine signature. I was a little miffed today. I tried calling my yeah, you got to cancel that out too. I tried calling my favorite pizza place, and the thing phone rang off the hook. I think they hung up on me once.
What's your favorite pizza place? Local?
Oh yeah, it's a pizzeria. You know, one time when I came back, I told my son I wanted because they don't have pizza's abused over there. It should be criminal.
Is it like
But
a single family store?
yeah, they got a couple of them. No, they got a couple of them. Yeah, I think they got three of them. But they're the only ones around I know of, except for the chain places, you know. But I wasn't gonna get one, and I like about 10 after 5. I tried calling her like three times. Wow, either they got freaking robbed or they're understaffed today or something. Let me see, get it on this one here. Yeah. I didn't do much of nothing today. I got to call up. Good thing for me, I thought that my annual, every 5 years with the colonoscopy, and they sent me a message. I thought, well, that's great. I can get that while I'm here. But this guy that does mine now, he's cool. You don't have to go back to him twice, you know, for the upper and the lower. Because I asked him once, I was surprised. I said, hey,
Can't you do both at the same time?
That's what I asked him. You know, I'm like, why don't we knock this out? The other guy
Put
was
it in one end and pull it out the other.
Yeah. So I asked him while I was talking to him. You know, I hate those pre-meetings because they charge. You got to pay a fucking copay to talk to them. You know. So I said, hey, can you do both? He said, sure. Wow, like $700 he saved me. You know. He says, yeah, we don't do that shit here. You know, I'm like, oh, that's nice. But they would not let me go a friend of mine at work took me there or picked me up. And he, if it weren't for him, I don't know, because I wanted to call a, what do you call it? Uber or something, taxi, and they weren't going to let me leave. And I didn't have anybody else to drive now. My dad's gone. My sister, I don't talk to that one. The other one lives up about an hour from here, and the other one's in Ohio. So, my mother doesn't drive. But I'm gonna see if I can knock them both out again today, because I was kind of, or not today, but I'll call it Monday. I was kind of concerned when I was there, because I get Viola here. What do you call it? Extra virgin olive oil, good for your heart and your digestive system. And I tried Donna Elena there. That's from Spain. And I tried another one, and that just it burned my throat. And I have a thin lining, Barrett's esophagus, it's called. So I haven't taken it since I've been back, but Ronald got me he hooked me up with something almond. I want to see if they'd even carry it at the store. So as a replacement to that, because I haven't tried it again to see if something happened in there that made it burn, so I had to lay off of it while I was there, and I got back and I haven't used it yet. So what's up in Pennsylvania there?
It's almost as hot as the Philippines.
Yeah, I was 100 degrees here Wednesday, I think. Tuesday or Wednesday. Hadn't been 100 in 10 years. When I was a kid, when I worked in the factory, they had, I think it was all of August or part of July and August. It was 95 to 100 every day. And it was brutal in the factory, Thank God I was in a department that had a higher roof, let the air, and the rest of it was all, the older part of it was all concreted, so the heat stayed there. Man, I forgot the rest of the fucking story, man. So we're all playing a softball game, through the company. And all of a sudden it went that it finally broke that. There wasn't a cloud in the entire country. And so what was I talking about? Man, I lose my mind sometimes, man.
Talking about a softball game.
Yeah, we're playing a softball game, and I'm running around third. And I score, and the manager, one of our coworkers, says, "Pick up the bat." I go, "You fucking pick it up," because I'm dying here, man. It went from 100 to 70 degrees like that, and what a relief that was, There was only I think one night that it went below 74 at night there, and there were two cool winds, and one was even real cool. I mean, I was like, ugh, no shower today. It's too cold.
Yeah, last week we had a couple of those 90 days, and then we had a morning that was like 54 in the morning. Boy, did that feel good.
Yeah, no matter what the weather is here, these people, even the people that they talk about it like it's the worst thing ever. It's just the impression I get here. Over there, you say, what? All they'll say is the sun is strong today. They don't, got up to 37 Celsius here, 37.7.
Yeah, it's either raining or it's not raining. That's the only difference.
Yeah, I mean, but here when it's cold, all this shit, like you gotta get ready for the end of the earth or something. And I was I saw these other two people. This guy Raw Sewage was talking about. I don't even know him. And I've been hearing that Indian accent for quite a while because I on YouTube I watch sometimes these individuals will go after call centers. One particular channel will they try to get these people's money back, the elderly. And I thought to myself, I wanted to call him. I'll have to say it later, but he's always like a child that's jealous or envious of somebody else that says, oh, they're doing this or that, the police are closing in, all that bullshit. And I thought to myself, when I heard that Indian accent from India, the country, I thought, why doesn't that guy crusade over there? Because they have call centers that rip people off for a living. That's what they do. Some guy collecting $300 here, they get a 1099, whatever country they're in. But this guy's from India, so why don't you go over there? Why don't you do some crusading for your country?
The person I have seen has also done that in America. He went to a call center in America.
Yeah.
And got the police involved.
One guy's called pierogi. That's a Polish. I believe that's a Polish sausage or something. But the other two
it's like a dumpling.
Yeah, they're good. There was the other one. There's this fat guy and then this Russian guy. So they're the ones that got this one lady her $42,000 back. So do you see the difference between what this guy's bitching about a country? It's not even his country. And he's crusading because he doesn't like the fact that it's not fair that this person makes whatever they make on their super chats, which get, YouTube gets a percentage and 30% or whatever it is, and they get 70. So they don't get the whole thing. But that is just like it's just like a speck, because in India, these people scam people all the time. So, so if this guy wants to call people what they call them, e-baggers, we'll go over there and knock on a couple office buildings over there in India and fuck with your own kind because they're the biggest scammers in the world, So I just find it. I'd like to say something to him on his thing, but I don't think it would do any good because it would just, you can't. What is it? You can't. All the evidence in the world won't convince an idiot that things happen like that. I think Mark Twain said that or somebody. But
I like that he destroys the computers of people that scam people.
They more go after even a lady that guy helped. He called up their house and the lady said, yeah, my daughter said she watches this channel with this guy with this old lady voice and he did it, so they knew where it was coming from. This other guy, they got this other guy that's on there that I think he's starting to get into, helping people with recovering things. But he'd have these phone guys just over there on the phone for hours, hours. And they get up and, he'd have him scream. This guy goes, no, you stupid bitch. No, he's screaming his ass off, man. Because I can see how the people get burned. A guy called me up like once and he said, yeah, you're, now this is how I know it was bullshit. He goes, yeah, somebody used your AT&T online account, And I thought, I never signed up for that online account. And I could hear his voice. But he said, yeah, I was bought in Louisiana. And, he was calling for a supervisor right away. I said, well, I got stuff to do. He said, how much time? I said, well, about 2 hours. And he never called back. But I called AT&T up and I told them about it. But you see how insignificant it is for this individual to bitch about anybody that makes what they make over there, when his own countrymen are scamming people for bigger change than that. So, I mean, and a lot of people follow this guy. I don't know, he's got like 2,000 subscribers or something, but that shows you how many miserable people, they're taking that Western attitude over somebody getting over on something, and they're applying it to that over there. And if I'm the Philippine government, I'm telling this guy, thanks, but no thanks, because we have agencies that take care of shit. We have a BIR, ours is Internal Revenue. This is Bureau of Internal Revenue over there. But that the difference, I was thinking about that last week, Kiko, when we were talking about you got to write what is that, right to rebuttal or something, or say what you want to say. I forgot what that was called, but that, and I thought about that too, and I thought, well, that's like me telling you, well, your channel's it's crap, man. You do this wrong, that wrong, and the other thing. But this guy is personally assaulting people, which is totally different from a fair act. A fair act is responding to something that is being said to you, and you want to air your grievances. Following people and pissing them off and all that shit, that guy's going to be barking up the wrong tree someday. And I thought it was pretty freaking ironic. I thought, man, this dude might have even worked at one of those. He never shows his face. It's all bullshit. But I only catch a little bit, and then I go. I don't give him enough time to get any watch hours off of me, because he has nothing new to say. He's just stupid, man. It reminded me of grade school. Oh, that's a nice plane there, Viking.
That's what Tony misses, those 16, 18-hour plane rides.
Fuck, I'm telling you, man. I went over at my mom. My mom's in a senior citizen place now. And it's beautiful. Man, the room is great. I put together a chair for her. And beautiful place. My dad would have loved it there, because she had to get away from my niece, the one that was abusing her. And I put together this chair. It's plastic, I got the seat in the back. And I look at the instructions. Okay, it's got to be pretty straightforward if they're sending it to a senior, So you got the short screws are for the back rest, and the longer ones for the bottom. So I put the longer ones in, and I turn it over, and here's these two spots that are ready to poke through, and I go, what the hell is this shit? So I took it apart, and then I read the instructions. I didn't think I needed to, but apparently I did. And the bars for the back go over the top of the ones for the bottom legs. So that's why you have that long of a screw. I said, Mom, before that, she goes, oh, that's okay. I said, well, you can't sit on the seat and have a metal screw poking you in the ass all the time. That was about the excitement of my deal. What about anybody hear anything from Bud?
Yeah, I heard from him.
Yeah, what's he up to? You just don't want to come on here no more, or what? He might be in the background, but yeah.
Yeah, I think he's in the background.
I can't. I told my mother.
I'm a little tired today. I was at a concert yesterday with two of my friends playing, and we sit and drink till 6:30 a.m. So.
Shit, well, those are your hours. Aren't they? You're like, this is cool. I'm usually fucking up anyway. I got a shitload of beer there, but I haven't been in the mood to drink it, man. I have one a day, maybe. But,
Christian, what time is it there now, local in Norway?
It's 10 minutes before 1 a.m.
Before 1 a.m. Okay.
Yeah, I'm still tired during the day. I'm gonna I'm gonna take. I'm either gonna fly guitar again, or I'm gonna fly to California and take Philippine Airlines right to Manila because if you're gonna fly for, I don't even know how many hours that would be because Tokyo's 15. So I don't know if that's any different, but oh my God, I wish I could afford. I wish I could afford business class because I'm so close to fucking screaming about when I sit on that plane, man.
Yeah. Are you still going to go out of Chicago?
Oh yeah. I don't know. I don't know why they call this an international airport up here. I think they got one carrier working out here. I don't even know who the hell they are. But if I make my trip from here to there to all connecting Chicago with Chicago to Manila or Tokyo to Manila, it cost me for a 20-minute flight. It would cost me over $200. So I'll take a bus ride for the bus. A round trip on the bus is $58. You can use the return up to a year. But I told my mom, man, I said, you know what, I'm only gonna do this one more time, Mom, and that I plan on. And if you pass away during the winter, I ain't coming. She says to me, well, I'll be dead anyway. So
Yeah, it doesn't matter. She won't know.
yeah. Well, it is. I'm telling you, man. My God.
This last trip, didn't you lose the return bus ticket?
Yeah, I did. I did. But I was beautiful weather, but I didn't have to come back to shit weather. So I was in a good mood.
So was it a paper ticket? You had nothing electronically that you could prove that you paid it?
When I paid for it on my, hey, it worked out for me that you can buy the ticket on the bus too, but they don't at their terminal, the one I went to, they don't staff it anymore. Everything's bought online or on the bus. And lucky for me, I mean, oh my God, I told you about that shit in Chicago. It reminded me of Miami. And I think a one way is, I don't know if it's 28 or 30 something. I forget. But it is, it's worth it. I mean, here I pay, even if I paid the guy $50, he's saving me 200 or 180 or whatever it is. I mean, why they do that bullshit? I even tried to make it so I could fly from here. No shit. From here down to there separate. You're not included on a ticket, but same thing. Didn't matter. Billy, it used to be called, it's called Mitchell Field after Billy Mitchell was a World War II, got busted down.
Army Air Force guy, yeah.
Yeah, I think he flew a B-25 or something like that. B-24.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, they got. They moved. They used to have it right by the road so you could see it. Now you don't see it till you drive down into the airport.
So now, next time you go back to the Philippines, what kind of visa are you going to have to get in?
Just the tourist one again.
Just
I can put in. Yeah, well, I can put in for the. I can put in for the.
SSRV.
No, the 9. Is that 9A? Yeah, 9A.
So it's the last time you were on tours too, right? You just extended twice.
Yeah, I actually had to extend it. First time was like 160 some, and then when I went back there, because I said, look, I only need a month. Give me, it kept me under 6 months having to get an MBI clearance. If you're 6 months, under 6 months, you don't have to get one, and I've come to the realization that asking anybody over there why they do what they do is it doesn't matter. You're not going to get a satisfactory answer, So, why you got to carry a receipt for a freaking card? I don't get it, man.
I just watched that Paul, the old dog. He was going to the LTO to get his license that he lost.
Did he what?
He lost his driver's license. So he had to jump through hoops to get a replay. He had like a stack of papers to go back and get it. And then when he went to get his license, they just gave him paper and they said they're plastic for laminating, whatever they use to make it a hard license. They said that they're out of plastics. There's no idea when he asked the guy, well, when might you get it back? And the guy just got
They don't know.
They don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, there's no logistics of anything there. It's
you know what?
It's so funny. I mean,
that machine probably hasn't had any plastic for 10 years, man. That's the thing. I ask why with the contacts, I get the hard ones. You don't carry them. They don't carry the polarized sunglasses, but you can get the progressive tint,
Yeah, you got to watch that of his going to the land transportation office, because he had to go get a police report explaining how or why or when and where he lost his license, and then he did all that, and then he had to take it somewhere else. And then when he did finally get an appointment to get his license, he went in and they had all the papers, and then they said, oh, you got to go over there to the treasurer to pay them. So you got to go stand and wait in another line. I could just imagine, I don't know if I'd be able to put up with it, you have to, but it would take a lot of patience.
You know what they have? They have for the one I want is one where I have the trike, with the motorcycle and the enclosure. And I've seen some. What helps is when you have that level, when you don't have it tilted, because that motorcycle, it's freaking working, man. So my father-in-law he went to get his, and he don't read or write, so they got the hookup to go up to the head of the class, but apparently he couldn't handle it solo, so they didn't give him one. But I looked that up. I looked up. There's a couple YouTube channels out here that you can watch, and for the kind of endorsement I need, what's what we call them here, they have an A1 and A2 or something like that. The A2 is for the trike drivers. So that you got four wheels. It's 4 wheels is a car. So I think I can just cross, laterally move mine over, get one of theirs. But I think you still have to be there a year. So I don't get that where you can drive for the first 90 days, but then you got to wait a whole 9 more months, or probably 12, the way they do it, after that to get a Philippine license. So what's the logic there? Nothing. You ask anybody anything. I asked them in optometrist, hey, how come you don't? I don't know. I go upstairs, same thing. I don't know. So I learned to, accept the fact that I'm going to get a lot of responses like that. It's different, but it's doable. You can't go over there with a Western mentality, that you cry louder and you get it. That don't work like that over there. And it shouldn't either. I mean, that's the shit we put up with here. Liberals are just killing this country. But you should be having a 90-degree day coming up, Chico, if you didn't have one today.
It's supposed to get close. I think it's about 82 right now, but I'm in the shade and the humidity is only 39%, so it feels good on the porch in the shade.
That's beautiful. We had I think it was 80 something the other day, but the dew point was down, and they call it dew point, but it was in the low 60s or upper 50s. So I went out, walked around, and it was beautiful. Didn't sweat, But I still say it's better than dealing with freaking cold. So what's happening in the other part of the world there, Christian? Is your government going to lock you guys up again? Well, he might have fell asleep.
Still paying outrageous amounts for your petro over there?
You know what, man? I think that shit's like $5 here. And over in the Philippines, I think the first time I went, it was 40. Second time I went, it was upper 40s. But and they got what 3.2 or 3.4 liters per equal a gallon.
Yeah, 3.8. But now it's like what, 80 some per liter?
It was 80 when I left, but I think it went up even more than that. You know,
I think I saw a sign on one of these YouTubers. It was like 84 at one station I saw. So
man, that's like $6, $12 to get a gallon of gas. Oh my God, man. They just keep on keeping on, man. What are you going to do? You know? Fucking A. You fall asleep there, Christian? We only got two in the background anyway. And it might be Jamie and Bud, 3 now. It's probably your other friends there, Kiko. But I had no, I come back here, been here what, 3 weeks? Yeah, a little 3 weeks. My freaking feet, I walk around with my flip-flops on, you know? And all of a sudden I got all the fucking dry as an elephant and cracking, you know? So when I'm walking and pressing, like the heel presses, it splits the skin. I didn't have that problem over there.
no, you don't have the humidity that you had over there.
Yeah, but it's pretty strange, man. I mean, it's easier to deal with it over there for some reason. I don't know. It's just when you get inside, the bottom portion of the house I was in was concrete, and that's a lot cooler. You know, here in my house, if it were going to be real cold tomorrow, it would be Sunday when I would feel it inside here. It usually takes a day or two, but if you're in a wooden structure over there, sheesh, it you know, it is what it is, as they say. So it's you know, you just do what you do, man. I mean, there's nothing going to change it, you know. And if they have a brownout and they're if it's a weekend, forget about getting a spot in Masao in one of the whatever they call those things over there. Get the roof over those picnic areas. I love that water over there, though. Whew. Man, I did a bunch of videos, and you could see that sunlight glistening off the, you know, the white caps or whatever they call them. I don't know if they still consider it a white cap, even if it's a small wave, but just shimmering, man, beautiful. So I got a couple doctor visits coming up here. I got to put in for. I gotta talk to one of my former workmates there and see if he's off whatever day I make it, and he can pick me up. He's the guy that stiffed me when I was moving. After I helped his girlfriend passed away from COVID. He had a black girlfriend. And he went to see her in the morning, and she was fine, and she died later that night, you know. So, of course, the family, he paid for the whole thing, funeral, with whatever donations and out of his pocket. And they asked him first thing I asked him if she had any money. Her own family, you know. So he kind of owes me a bunch because while that lifting I had to do, like this roll top here, that just wrecked me, man. I was shit. I was real shit for 3 months after that. I mean, it'd have been cool if he'd have called me, but the dude don't even call. He just don't show up. How do you maintain any freaking friends acting that way? So what have you been doing with yourself since you've been retired over there?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been.
We're the
Where do I what?
we're the only two retirees here.
Yeah, Christian, you're working. Well, you're sleeping right now. But
No, I'm.
no, I go to.
I'm.
I go to.
I have this disability.
Oh, so your only work is what, YouTubing or playing music or
Sometimes I help my little brother a little, but
helping your brother? Yeah.
yeah.
No, Tony, I usually I go to the gym 3 days a week. In summertime, I golf 2 days a week, and I still have some kids at home and run around. Yes,
You're,
I think when was it? Day before yesterday was the first time that all three of my kids and my wife were at work, and I was the only one at home.
you're muted, Tony.
I was like, wow, that's a first.
Yeah, that was a good. You always think back to all the shit. The kids and diapers and messes and shit. And I had a neighbor at one of my houses. Yeah, it was in the 90s. He said you kind of missed that, and I thought this guy's got to be nuts, But he said you kind of missed the clutter. I'll have to show you this. They did this. I think it's called Fueltech. This what do you call it? I got here gimbal. I got two of them. So when I bought the two of them, I hadn't opened this one till a couple days ago. So I thought it was the same. The other one had a little door that went around the lens, and there was a little edge because you could put that I forget what they call it around the camera. And at first it felt like he was going to break it because it was real hard. But this fucking thing, I got another one yesterday, but it's the same thing here, only right here, they give you two screws. The only problem with this is they're not Allen head screws. So you got to put these bad boys together with your fingers, and you get kind of blistery sometimes. So you definitely got to have this thing standing up to be locked in to mess with it. Otherwise, you're all over. But what it will do, you can do live streams on this, and it has the best thing you can ever do on anything you buy is watch the video on it, because when they showed the assembly of this, they would cut away from the most important part of it, the guy fucking around with the screws. So you can change it to a lock position or one that moves with your hand, back and forth, up and down. And another one, you click on the button on the bottom 3 times, and it turns it around 360. So if you're doing a live stream, you can, and they also have a phone app. Who doesn't, right? And you can control the camera from your phone, which I know these things are no surprise today, but for like me, Kiko, and you for coming up when we did, it's like I'm still amazed by it.
It's like Get Smart. Huh?
Oh my God!
Remember that program?
Yeah. What was the biggest thing we were kids? Cassette players or something. Anybody that was born like 20s on up, man, they saw everything. Everything, household appliances, all the creations and inventions. But I thought to myself, well, I looked this one up again, and that's deceiving because they show a photo of the one like I got the other one in the Philippines, by the way. So they show that. So you think you're getting that. That's how I got duped, but I bought it like 2 years ago, I think. No, year and a half. They started on YouTube last July. And I got the camera in there. But you got to It access points locked. It locks twice. These other ones, the other one I have, they don't lock. So what you got to do when you put your camera in there, if you put it in, these don't take the media mods, but you got to click it, because if you click it without it, it's fucking no good. And you got to click it with the camera in there because it balances the camera and the weight, you know. So there's only one out there that allow you to buy that hook up the media mod. I'm really not. I'll probably get one, but I'm really not. Nitpicking by trying to get a TV production kind of thing going on there.
Is that gimbal thing you use, is that the one you use when you go on a walk? It keeps it.
Yeah.
It's got like a gyroscope where it keeps it level and focused perfectly, even though you're walking.
Yeah, well, it's called like with my new. I haven't messed around with it yet with the GoPro 10. They have hyper smooth and standard smooth. So the camera's good. Like, but if you run, it's just an added bonus. It's like an insurance policy, you know. I mean, if you do a 20-minute video, then you find out the freaking thing's all over. Who wants to watch that shit? I kind of when I watch videos anyway, I like to hear the sounds, you know, everything going on around it, you know, and the camera pointing at, you know, the scenery, whatever it may be, because I don't watch them to watch some guy talking. I mean, shit, I can get that here on the news 24 hours a day, you know. But I learned it's like when I first got the other one, I'm like, all I gave a shit about was I put the camera in there. I left the factory settings on. I wasn't into finding any of that out. And last night I watched the video on Amazon about the gimbal, this particular one. So it's got like, I think it says it's supposed to be able to do 2 hours or 3 hours. But this one I got right here, this OHEM, you can't put the media mod on it, but that one lasts 14 hours. Up to 14 hours. And the nice thing about this one, you can charge your camera as you go along. So if you go out and you want to do a couple of 20-minute videos, man, you don't got to sweat it.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to last 14 hours live streaming.
Nah, well, I don't know. It says up to 14 hours. But
yeah, up to 14 hours staying on, yeah, but not live streaming.
So I don't know. I haven't had to come across that, and I don't see anything that says it will or won't. But the cool thing about these are, and I have 3 of them, is a 14-hour battery. If it's raining outside, you can use it. Just can't go underwater with it. But it's amazing. You can get all that stuff on your phone. So if you're doing a live stream, or I saw this comment from this other guy on the channel I watch, and he does remodeling or whatever, construction inside or whatever, and he was looking to buy something like that. He bought one like that, the 10, and I forgot to tell him about the phone app, because you know when he's working, he can rotate that thing anywhere. It's amazing. Should be no surprise in today's world, but it's still pretty cool. I haven't done that yet, but I thought about when you were talking about getting one of these for live streaming. I was thinking about, does this thing only go 180 degrees? You know, but
Yeah, Tony, like you said, for people our age, it's kind of like Star Wars stuff, you know.
shit, yeah. I mean, I'm still amazed by this technology stuff. I'm kind of I first got that one computer for dating, and then I slowly get into a little bit more. I find things out by mistake or trial and error, and then with the help of Christian here, and he knows computers. What's his name knows a little bit. I don't know how much Ronald knows, but it helps. And I found out I found out how to my internet over there sucks so bad. So I found out how to I couldn't view it. I'd ask Christian, hey, does this video look good? Oh yeah, it looks good, but my version over there was looking like shit. So one day I clicked on it and it brought a window down. I go, well, what can this hurt? I click on it, said open. It was like the movie, the preview. You could preview your video. So you could preview it without it going against you or watch hours and whatever. So it's pretty cool. So I know what I'm putting out, And I learned over there in the Philippines, I leave it on 100 ISO minimum max. That's how much light the lens let in when it opens. You don't need a lot of light over there on a blistering sunny day. But what I learned from filming with an overcast day with rain pending is that I have to open up that ISO to 200 or 400. If you go any more than 400, it gets kind of grainy. With the 7, I don't know about the 10. 10's got all this extra shit on there I haven't messed with yet. But that'll give you a little more light for your video so it won't look like, you're in a tunnel. So you learn from that. There's a lot of channels I watch, but, one guy, man, I said everything like he did. And I'm like, this guy's always taking hikes. And I'm like, this looks like shit. It don't look good. And I learned from it because I learned what not to, the way it shouldn't be for me. Everybody has their own thing. Hey, I got a channel to tell you guys about. I don't know if you noticed that on the ticker here. But there's a guy out in New York State in Ithaca, farmer. He was working his architect job. He had one of these midlife crises, like, when it's, how it is when it's a real grind to work past when you're in your middle 50s. It's just early 50s. And his grandfather gave him the land he's on. Now, I don't know how many brothers or sisters he's got. There's 45 acres. So he does all this. He's got a cattle, I don't know, man, maybe 10 head, 15 chickens, turkeys, pigs, But the price of this shit is like double a lot of things he does. But he has all these old tractors, and he paints them up nice too. And he does the hay thing for the cattle. And I don't know what his income is. That's none of my business anyway. But he's a character. He's got a great sense of humor. So his name is Pete. His wife is Hillary. So if you know anything at all or never know anything about a farm, you watch this guy. He's entertaining, comical. His sense of humor reminds me of the set when I was a kid. But the adults, the guy seems like a real good guy, and he took over. He took over.
What's his channel name?
Oh, his channel's name is A Few Acres Farm. It's right on the ticker I got running on the bottom. I should
just a few acres farm.
Mm-hmm. Yep. People comment all the time, either that or other farmers, and the things he does, he's been around it all his life. So he was a architect, and he made partner, and he just, he got on one of these depression modes. I know what he's saying because, oh my God, when I was in a factory, I'm like, wow, I can't take this shit. So he left that job. Said him and his wife was a RN, some what was that? Whatever that. What do they call them? Nurses. She made a lot of money, to be sure, an hour. But they both left their jobs, and he rebuilt his grandfather's house. And it's got about that 45 acres, I think. And seems like a real good guy, man. He's comical. He knows his shit. So it's very entertaining to watch him if you've ever been around a farm or you have any memories of anybody else, and you wonder what it was like. He His videos are never boring. They're very good. I just I don't know how I came across him. I think I was watching him on TV. I was watching YouTube on my big 4K there, and it came up, and he's got a lot of subscribers. You know, he's a good guy. I think. I think personally, he's like that. I think people. I think people marry. He always wears T-shirts from different colleges around the country. I think people send him stuff like that. He sells his stuff at the farmers market, and in the winter they have an indoor one. So they sell. They'll sell some eggs and chickens. What's different in the Philippines? You can sell that chicken. You can sell that live chicken because otherwise you're the one who got to gut and clean it. And time is money, right? They must have a lot of eggs go bad over there because I'll see these 4-foot stack of egg crates with eggs in them. That can't take long when in 90 degree weather for them to go bad. I forget how long it takes for them to go bad.
Yeah, when they have a flat of them, it's like, what, 30 of them? 6 by 5 or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, we walk up to and that's one thing. They're lazy over there walking. We walked Pure Gold is only a food store there. I think it's got electronics and stuff over there in Naga by Chris. And you go past these. You go past these, little stores, and they got these eggs just stacked. But they have an awesome. They got a rotisserie. The guy does chicken and a pretty good sized chickens. I mean, a good sized chicken over with that guy's farm is like 6 pounds. 5-6 pounds. And the stuff's good, man. Even the pork, Well, obviously the pork over there because they don't put the growth hormones in them. When I was a kid eating pork chops here, it turned me off because all that fat and all that shit, But when I had a pork chop in the Philippines, man, it was almost damn near as good or comparable to eating a steak. It was that good. Juicy, no grizz, no bullshit and fat. And he feeds his chickens good stuff, and he says it makes a difference in how they taste. And I'm sure it does. I mean, look what I'm talking about with no growth hormone, and then pork chops tasting great, But man, we could have used this. I could have used that channel back during the the pandemic,
Yeah, the pork chops in America looks like the whole pig.
Yeah,
In Norway you can get 4 pork chops out of 1 in America.
they look like shit here, man. I'd always heard about the growth hormone stuff. Never had anything to compare it to a while back. And once I had my first pork chop over there in 2013, and I'm like, man, I was never a very big pork chop eating fan, but the taste, and you feed them the good shit. You'll have people coming back, People that go to that farmer's market are willing to pay maybe a little more to get a better product, So he's thinking about I think he was thinking about cutting the chickens out altogether, or the pigs, because the feed was like doubled what it was when he first started, or something like that. But anyway, if you guys watch him, you'll be entertained, man. The guy is I think he's probably the same guy in person as he is on the video. Boy, what's his name? Must have a good show going on tonight, man. Well, he saw it. Bud, if you're back there, come on up. And Jamie, I don't know, she might be driving by now. Oh, look at
Well,
that.
who else is on, Tony?
I don't know.
That's Norwegian pork chops.
Yeah, that's how this guy's looked, man. You know,
Nice.
they look good.
Yeah, same with me. I cut all the fat off and the bone, and
But cook it.
there's not much left, you know.
I think you're supposed to cook it with the fat on it, though. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right. That's where the flavor is.
Normally,
Yeah.
I just slice 4 or 5 times through the fat over the line, so it doesn't bend when you fry it.
Oh man, I can't tell you how many times we had pork chops at home. It'd be like fucking, you're biting it. You got this string of grizzle.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't want
yeah.
no
That's,
jizz.
by the time I got done chopping it up, I had like a quarter 50-cent piece size of good meat. You know.
And I tend to believe him when he's talking about what you feed them. If you feed them better shit, they'll taste better.
Yeah.
I think it's true because certainly in the Philippines, not everybody feeds their pigs the right stuff, but I guess my wife tells me the best time to buy them over there in the markets at the end of the day. I would think in the beginning, because she said in the beginning they still got shit from the other day, but you don't have to worry about any bacteria growth with the heat.
My friend in Thailand, he goes to the market 3 a.m. and he look at the barber chop beef just the way he likes it. He get the fresh stuff.
Yeah, over there it's hard to tell because they don't like throw anything away. But
No, but if you are there as they put out their stuff, you will see.
oh yeah,
Are it prepared already, or do he prepare it there and then?
he's cut. She knows more than I do. I mean, her sister's there when it opens, 3 a.m. They'd be the people I'd ask. But as long as this shit ain't purple, man. But I tend to believe this guy's on the up and up with his knowledge. He has knowledge because of his grandfather, So his dad's pretty handy too. Look at the hay balers, got about 3 or 4 different tractor sizes. Farmall, most of them some International Harvester case. I don't even know if they're in business anymore. It used to be down here in Kenosha by us, or Racine, about 20 miles from here, 15 miles, something like that. But pretty amusing. The guy's got a great sense of humor, so and you learn too. I've been around farms when I was a kid, but never, exposed in great detail to them. But when he does something or shows something, I go, yeah, I remember seeing something like that. So he's not boring to watch. He's got the right personality for that channel, that's for sure. What we got here? 58 minutes. How much time you get with watch hours you get, Christian, for live streams? How's that work?
That depends on how many watching and how long they are staying.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we ain't got much happening here today. I don't mind. I like making videos, but I got so many, man. If I didn't do any now, if I died tomorrow, you wouldn't know it till next year. But yesterday I went out walking. I took this out, and I went. They're redoing a bridge freeway overpass from me down the street. They did the other one, 68th Street. They did last year. So I went over and looked at that metal, man. It looks like a polished aluminum or titanium or something. It wasn't a steel, unless it was encased in something. It didn't look like the regular steel trusses,
Huh.
Have you had your cars out of the garage running?
No, I haven't even fired them up, man. I just, like right today, man, my eyes hurt so much. My God, everybody, man. every freaking body you talk to. Now JB's having a road trip in 30 minutes. She's infringing on my time here. But just doing these things here is just a way to see everybody. Oh yeah, I gotta call a guy from work. He route supervisor guy I know. He does tree trim, and I need him to trim a couple branches. So if the rest of the branch falls down, I don't want it to take down anybody's wires. Then I got problems.
Yeah.
You still keep in contact with any coworkers?
No, not really. My friend Richard there, and this other guy Dan. He's the got a landscaping business. One other guy he got his disability for his back. I used to stop by there once in a while or go out to take him over to Outback, and have a steak and something. But he's scraping, man, and he had heart surgery. He had two surgeries done simultaneously while he was off for the first one. Which, if the guy says you go back to work, you're gonna get fired for lying. That's why I didn't do what I was gonna do. I didn't want to take a chance. Then if you get fired, you only get what you put into that pension fund. So you're really fucking yourself if you. And I don't feel that lucky when it comes to that. So I thought I was going to do it in July last year, and I thought I better not do that. I think JB ought to do a video on them chickens again. I see that dog really growing up, but I'd like to see her. I'd like to see how she's doing with those chickens now that they're grown up.
Yeah, she killed one the other day for, or not just one, but some for dinners at a later time.
Rotisserie, they call it. I might have some of them over there, but of course the mother-in-law will do it, not me. But over there, you just sell the whole chicken. You let whoever buys it kills it. I'm not into that. I've never done that process of deturning it and skinning all that shit. But watching this guy do he brings his beef to the butcher, but he's done. I think he did it one. And he was good at it. He was cutting the fat off the hair and that shit, skin off of the cow.
Hey, this is a stupid question, but how long, from when you kill it to when you got to start cutting it up?
I don't know.
Get it, preparing it to eat. I mean, there's got to be a timeline to where it starts.
I'm sure because this guy has the farm channel there, Pete, just a few acre farm. He goes through a process. So, of course, they're going to have whatever for dinner. And he went through the process of skinning it. But he didn't mention how long. If he did, I forgot.
It's not a long time. You should get out the blood as soon as possible and start the work. The problem for me when I see them plucking the chicken is that how many hours do they use? And how many hours do they have this chicken in 40 degrees Celsius before they cook it?
Right, hanging in the market too.
Well, I was telling you guys before, the market over there, I had pork chops from, and when you have the chicken in any meat in a we had a civilian guy. He used to thaw a chicken out instead of the night before. He put it in hot water. Well, the medics used to make their rounds, and they'd stop by and they'd say, "You can't do that because the bacteria and stuff's growing on it right now because of the."
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's Mr. Wilcox's name. When he goes, "I've been doing this shit for 40 fucking years." They pour some dye in there so you can't use the meat. But I ate stuff he made. I never got. They burn the shit out of everything on the grill there, Christian.
Yeah.
And whatever was there ain't there no more by the time they get done making it. I mean, they don't char everything they cook, but you don't have to worry about. It's kind of like it's kind of like being at a party and everybody well done.
Yeah, but I'm extremely careful with chickens because you can get Ebola and everything shit within
Yeah.
seconds. So,
No, yeah, I never did that.
but yeah, I see it even Thailand too, with it's a fish called tilapia or something, I think.
Tilapia, yeah.
Right.
They fry it so it's so hard that you can almost break your teeth eating it.
Right.
It's no fish taste left. It's just 10 kilos of salt and some dried fish.
You ain't missing much with tilapia because tilapia tastes like the meat was soaked in cold water. That's what to me. That's the flavor.
Yeah, I have tasted it, and it's not something I eat a
I
lot.
like the boudloy, but I told my wife, I said, "He put a ton of salt on it." Shit, I'm like, "Hey," I said, "Hey, I don't mind eating that fish, but take the meat out of the freaking thing, man, because I don't want to." I don't sit there looking at me. So.
Do either of you guys have an air fryer or ever use an air fryer?
No, I haven't.
My wife just bought one like a month ago. It works pretty good. No oil needed, so she made like panko chicken nuggets and they turned out really well.
I've heard of it. Oh, big thing up here people do is they put a whole turkey in that fucking that grill-shaped thing with grease, hot grease, to do the whole turkey.
Oil, yeah, the deep fried turkey.
Well, my brother-in-law that went up to Manila to wear dresses. When he was cooking one like that or something. I think it was one of those or a chicken, and of course water and grease don't mix, and I think he dropped it in there from too high of and it burned the shit out of him. But you got a frozen or cold. It's like a firecracker. You light it and get the fuck away from it. Yeah, you put that in as easy as you can, then you go away. Let it do what it's got to do, so it stops spewing freaking hot grease pellets at you. Man, oh man! I hope that pizza joint's open today, boys.
What kind you're gonna get? Meat pizza?
I'm a pepperoni guy, but from the pizzeria I get the cheese and sausage. And
is that hot Italian sausage or no?
No, meat. It's any Italian sausage. I mean, meat. I don't know what they mean. No, it's not spiced. I had found this one of those frozen dinner things. Banquet's got them, and they have Marie Callender's and Swanson. And I had one the other day. It had like the long noodles, and with sauce and meatballs. And man, that stuff was good. I could taste the pepper, man, because that's how you can wake up something that's boring. Sprinkle a little like lemon pepper or something like that. You don't need much, boy, but it tastes good. It tasted pretty good. It was pretty tangy. Had some bite to it. I had to get a bunch of water ready. That's the extent of my cooking. I just could never justify taking an hour to make something I could eat in 10 minutes. Getting boring here, man. I gotta wait till I got to spend at least July, August, maybe some September. But my daughter got her master's degree, and I think she took social work. But I had a girlfriend that had that. It was like a dying job. It was like a thankless job, you know. You got these corporate people, and then you got, you know, when you're dealing with taking care of human beings, man. That management people. My girlfriend had an administrator that was clueless. You know, she got a master's and hardly spent any time in the place except as an administrator, and she knew nothing. You know, my daughter's been working at for I don't know how many years now. Fucking, it was today 22. They graduated in college. 10 years, maybe 7 years. So now she looked for another job, and I don't know if she's taken it yet, but her husband worked at a cold storage facility, Birdseye, and good pay, man. I think he was making 21 an hour, third shift, you know, forklift, loading trucks. I said, well, how many did you expect you to do every day? He goes, I don't know. You just keep working. And nobody ever said anything to him. So he got a different job. He left that job. He has a degree, I forgot in what, but he went to a higher paying job. At the time I told her about the furniture, they were, you know, they had taken a pre-loan thing, and they had too much debt to what they made. So I couldn't have paid for the storage, you know, because I have enough here for them that would save them probably $6,000, you know. The lawn tools, ladders, chainsaw, hedge trimmers, all the good shit. And even the crib that I had my youngest kid in. You know, how long do you use those for? I had my second two children in the crib I was in when I was a kid. So the Christmas tree downstairs I bought at a local, and it's pretty cool too, $100. And it came in this box, and all you had to do is run your arms down to open it, run your hands. Then go back up. $99 at Pick and Saves here. So they got everything to start with, you know. So now they have a better income because he's making more. I meant to call her today to get, you know, have him come down there and visit and check the stuff out. And because, you know, my son, I'm like, why don't you take the car I got? You know, he's so bent on getting a new one. I'm like, what the fuck? You run the one you got into the ground right now that you bought from me. You run that in. And then when you know how to drive mine, because they have a problem. Camrys had a problem with their trannies back in 2007. And if you don't drive it like a monster or accelerate like a race car driver, you'll be fine. I said, why on earth would you want to do that when you can get probably a couple of years out of this one, you know? I mean, man, if my dad would have said when I was a kid, hey, you want this? Something he'd never say, but if he did, I go, hell yeah, I'll take it. If it'll get me out and about around town, hell yeah. He has bad exhaust system, and I said, just how much it costs to get it fixed? Because they got the stainless on those ones, you know. I mean, that's 11 years old. And he still hasn't had it done. I said, I told you, take the 70 whatever and fix it. But my donations to make his life easier have fallen upon deaf ears. Yeah, such a fucking eye strain today, my God. I don't want to spend my winter here. I'm willing to. That's why I told my mom, man, I said, you pass away in the winter, I ain't coming here. Oh man. What's your plans for the weekend here, Kiko?
Well,
What's that?
gonna golf tomorrow morning.
You do that you go the same one all the time over there by your mother?
Usually on Saturdays. Yeah, Wednesdays. A bunch of retired guys. We usually have between 16 and 18 guys, and we go to different courses every Wednesday. But Saturday's usually the same one.
Public courses?
Yeah.
You know what, man? If I was there, people get pissed at me. This guy at work when I was in the factory wanted me to join their team. I said, I never golfed before. He goes, he wanted me for the handicap. I said, listen, you're playing 9. I think he played 9, you know. And I said, I'd be the guy slicing shit all over the place, man. You know? Oh. We had a 9-hole golf course down there at Fort Sheridan. I believe it was 9. Ben Hogan laid out. It's closed now, Fort Sheridan. But me and one of my sergeants went over there once, and I thought I'd be like them guys on TV. You know, I'm trying to chip it on to the what do they call that around the cup? The green.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah,
it all the way over the green.
Yeah, I'll go. No, I didn't. You go that way. It didn't go straight. So I'm like, I can do this shit. Like them guys, I do this fucking thing with slicing off to the right. I'm like, fuck this. I thought I took like 2 shots, and I'm like, I'll watch you. You know.
We still have a good laugh every time we go out.
Oh.
You might hit a half dozen good shots the whole time.
I mean,
the rest are pretty ugly.
You don't chase down every single ball you put it down to play, do you? Don't you sometimes go fuck it and give yourself a penalty or whatever?
No, I mean, if you hit it like out of bounds in the water or something, of course you're not going to be able to get that ball, you know.
Dude, I ain't walking 9.
When we play on Wednesday, we play what's called a scramble. So all 4 guys hit, and you take from the best spot every time. So, you know, you're using the best where the ball lies the best every time. So,
well, that's a lot of pressure for me, man.
Yeah,
I'd fuck that up.
And some guys don't contribute at all to the foursome. So.
Well, I just I got a bit more patience now, but
I mean, it's all in fun. I mean, I don't take it serious. You know, I don't get all upset because.
Well,
I just do it for entertainment, and it's get a good laugh every once in a while.
Man, you'd be laughing at me every day, man. I didn't have much patience when I was 19, 22 years old. You know, drinking beer and getting pootie tang was I was doing.
Yeah, we had too much testosterone back then. That was a problem.
Yeah, you know what? I take that like a bat. When I was living with my cousins, man, they want to play ball at the parking lot that next to their house was not a parking lot, but it belonged to the railroad. It had stones and shit all over the place. I ain't gonna feel the ball like that. Take a bad hop, and poof. You know, it happened to me anyway. But we used to take those golf balls and just fucking. Our goal was to hit the control tower of the B&O, the Pennsylvania Railroad, and the B&O, you know, crossed, and our goal was to hit the tower. But you know, they'd fast pitch them in, and we'd hit them. We'd never see where they went. They were so freaking gone. You know, we go down to the creek. They call it creek, and we pick up all the balls off from this golf course that would go in there from the hole. What do you call it? Green was right next to it.
In Pennsylvania, it's called a creek.
Yeah, we call it creek. Creek. I like creek anyway. That's more American. And we get a bucket full of those things, man. You know, I was never bored with those guys. There was always somebody, you know. It was Joe and Mike, and you know, Mike and Joe had a lot of they were good people, you know. The other two were wild, you know, but we were never bored, man. We, you know, take out a cousin's car, go drive around it, use his radio and kill the battery, and my cousin. This is hilarious. We had a neighbor next door. They had I think her name was Grace. She had a German Shepherd. It was a full grown. And dog would always go wild when we were out there. We'd play with it. And my cousin picked up whatever he was throwing around. The dog, and he turned around. The dog, and he was like 11. I was 12. Another one was 13. That dog put his paws around my cousin's arms, and my cousin couldn't get away. And this dog's humping him. He's laughing. He's laughing, and to sing, he couldn't move. The dog was too strong for him. I mean, he didn't get near anything, his leg or nothing like that. I don't remember, but it was hilarious, man.
He must have smelled right.
Oh my God. He says, help, like, fuck that. I ain't getting nowhere near that dog. He was a big dog, I don't know if it had been German Shepherd, I believe, or Husky, one of the two. Oh man. We were laughing. He was laughing. He couldn't get away, man.
How old were you?
I was 12. My cousin that was with the dog was 11, and the other one was 13. So, we do whatever chores we had and get the hell out of my aunt's sight, Otherwise, she'd have you working all day. But we go exploring. They put in the freeway system around there coming into town. They did it through hills or mountains. They sliced through it, and you had these grades that were so steep. We tried climbing one time. We got like halfway, kept sliding. Oh man, it was brutal. But we go picking berries. My uncle made his own wine, blackberries, blueberries. He had some pretty potent shit because he was downstairs for a year fermenting, man. Oh, but he didn't drink a lot of it. But being Italian, he liked that wine, He had some pretty good stuff too. But we were never bored, man. It's like having brothers. Whoever was doing the most sinister thing, I might hang out with Tim, and Steve was the baby of the family, but
Nowadays, kids never leave the house, and back in our days, we were never at home.
You know what was nice? Well, my dad would be yelling out the door, man. You had to keep. Oh, where my cousins lived in the small. I remember the address to this day. 912 was First Street, and we walked right out the front door, and across the street was the land that the railroad owned. So there's, if we wanted to go out hunting or fishing, it was all within a short walk, So there was always something to do. My cousin Tim, the big F up there, he liked to explore stuff. He had a story for everything, man. He was into that kind of thing, and it was like having Marlon Perkins around, But never bored. Always something to do. We do whatever we were assigned to do on the weekends, and my auntie would go out riding around with the neighbor, or they go through the countryside. We could go with them if we wanted to go to apple cider stands, at farmers. And it's always something to do. But when we did our thing, we'd leave. We didn't get. She was kind of a big woman, and she was upstairs, and she doesn't move fast, So she would hear some doors or movement, and she'd shout out all our names. We'd never say nothing. She'd go, Steve, that you, Tim, Tony, that. We go right back out the door, man. She never knew. She couldn't blame anybody because she didn't know who it was. But she thought she was going to whip me. I forgot what we did. She got the belt out, and she's there hitting the back. She's hitting the back of my leg. She's hitting the back of my legs. She don't have nothing on it. I was laughing, but I had to fake cry so she'd stop. And then me and Steve would go upstairs. We'd all go upstairs and we started laughing, quietly. We'd go, man.
Yeah, that was back in the days before security cameras where we could get away with everything.
But you know what, though, man? Whatever it was, they didn't do it for the hell of it. If you got it, My uncle did it once, and he meant what he said, you know. And you always respected him because he wasn't an asshole. If he wanted quiet, he said, "Guy," he said, "tell us a couple times." He goes, "One more time, I'm coming up." You come up, and you know why you were getting it, you know, and you wouldn't do it no more. He's a good man too, though, man. I loved living there. God, I had a good time. Never missed a day of school. Ah, shit. What could have been, man? But I wouldn't change nothing now. I like to, you know, um, I got the kids I got, so I'm happy with all that. I wouldn't give that up for anything, really. I'm sitting
Yeah, I
outside.
can't see these people that, you know, blaming this and that on their life and how they turned out. You know,
You,
very few of us had it easy, you know. So
you. There are a select few that were mentally abused, you know, and it, yeah, it's hard. It's hard for someone to know
Uh,
what's wrong when you're not made to be liable for your actions. You know.
we are all different, so for some it may be easy to get out of it, but for others it may take longer time.
Yeah.
right,
Well,
yeah. Others they had no choice. I see, you know, I see what you mean.
what I do? Well, what for me it was. Um, I knew enough that it was shit. You know, it was the reason for everything when you look back at it. But my children never had it like I did. So for that reason, I'm happy. You know, because lying to mine was a way of life, man. Just to not have something, not get the backhand or whatever. You know, they benefited from me because I know what it was like. I only had to whack one of my kids once, the oldest one, when she was a cocky teenager, but that was it. And I didn't even plan on doing it. And she apologized for her actions because I'm sure I said this, but she was bad mouthing my second wife, and I just lost it, man. You know, I'm sitting there listening to this stuff, and I'm going, "You need to stop that." And she's getting really bad. And all of a sudden, I just slammed my plate down, man. I got up to her and I teed off, you know. And most people will go, you know what, four more times. Next time I'm going to do that if you don't do it, what I tell you. But it was like hyperventilating, man, you know. I mean, I didn't enjoy any of it. It was summertime. I had the windows open, F-bombs galore, man. Ugh. But what I liked about the situation was that she realized she fucked up, you know, and she was smart enough to realize that, and she apologized for her bad behavior, you know.
Yeah, that's the whole point of learning.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, she's smart like her mother. The other one, I don't know, man. The other one's on her shit. She got to be on her third marriage too. She married a male nurse down when they went to Florida. She has daddy issues with me. I don't know why, because she was 3 years old when she left here. So I think out of all of them, I was a little like my dad toward her, you know. But when you have it a certain way, it's very, very difficult to see that you shouldn't be that way, you know.
Yeah, that's all that you know.
Yeah, I mean, really, you know, you always hear people, you know, I hear people in the past, and I go, come on, man, you know better. But, you know, when you're around a dad like mine, and he's a Weisenheimer, and he's a womanizer or whatever, you know, they think kids don't hear shit, but you do, you know, and you're like that. No matter if the time you say, I'm not going to do that. You know, the only thing that makes you change is being smart enough to be able to see it for what it was.
Yeah. Well, I've had my wife say, "Well, you're not sensitive enough." I was like, "Well, I never learned sensitivity. It was like you did something the right way, or it wasn't the right way. And
Well,
if you didn't do it the right way, then you better learn how to do it the right way,
yeah.
right?" I mean, there's none of this. Oh, well, I didn't know, or that's a good excuse for a
Oh,
kid.
that.
I didn't
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
But when you become an adult, this "I don't know" stuff doesn't.
He didn't mean it. You know?
Yeah.
But have you ever walked any of your daughters down the aisle yet?
No. My one that did get married, she was in the military. She just texted me that she got married
Oh, well,
to her husband on the beach, in
first
Hawaii.
first one was mine was she was married twice, and I think this living boyfriend she had left something or other around Christmas time. I don't poke into her business, but my last daughter when my last daughter got married last summer, it you get I don't know, you just got to be a human being, man. You get kind of emotional, It's that's your last daughter, man. There's something about that. I don't know what it is, but
Yeah. Well,
shit.
you're not the most important man in her life anymore.
Well, not just
That's
that,
the
but
thing.
it's like she's grown up, man. She's that's like the
Right.
final. That's like the final. The final like somebody else is taking over your space,
Hmm.
And it's I almost I get back to my table, I almost lost it on the floor there when I was
Yeah.
and I got back to the table. My youngest sister, who was 5 years younger than me, were you crying like that? I'm like, could you be any? I go no, man, because I was about to when I
Yeah.
sat down. I turned around and I kind of wiped her with my eye, and I'm
Yeah.
like, why do you fucking gotta? You picked the wrong time to ask me that. You're louder than fuck for one, and for another, you're not allowing me the time I need to do whatever I'm doing.
The time I lost it was when my daughter. I went down to watch her graduate from boot camp, her assignment, and the first time I got to see her, when they all marched in, and she happened to be the guide on, so she was, I could see where, it's normally hard to tell in 40 green uniforms, which one's yours, but she was the guide on, so she was
Yeah,
carrying the guide on, and that's when I lost it. The first time I got to see her in
yeah.
uniform, and she made it to
Pretty proud
graduation.
moment, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of had to. But when I coached my son's baseball teams and all that, we had a lot of success because all a lot of kids need is confidence. Now, I would never let them whine and cry about shit. And I used to not unbeknownst to me, I used to toot my horn. Well, toot my horn all the time. To people at work and the people that we knew through our kids went to school, other baseball teams, and then I think it was after my dad died, and I thought to myself, the reason why I did what I did was because I never got the praise. It was always to throw the hands up and go, "What the fuck did what happened? How come you didn't finish in first?" Jeez. So I tell you, man, you don't get over. I don't care what anybody says, man. You don't get over that shit. You don't. When you've had a fucked up childhood, it never leaves you. And then,
Well, I had two older brothers, so I always got the beat down. So I got to learn to be pretty tough from early on.
I wish I would have had a brother. I could have taken out my anger on somebody else. What am I gonna do? I went. I think it was, I don't know, squirrel, a rabbit hunt or something or other. We were out hunting. I went hunting. I think I went with him once or twice. I can't remember. All I know is I'm carrying that shotgun. I felt like shooting him, you know? Like, fuck would that be? You know? That entered my mind. But I don't know. It all ended up pretty good for the kids anyways.
Yeah, I'm grateful for the upbringing I had. I mean, it wasn't with a silver spoon, but I never lacked for anything. I had a roof over my head and I had food.
I don't get my cousins that live in Ohio. I think 3 of them went to. I think they all went to. The youngest 2 only went to Catholic school for a few years because my aunt couldn't afford it no more. And now that I realize that when you're 62, if you got a couple of kids, you get more money. So the oldest 2 went there. My youngest, my other cousin Tim and Steve, they were at the time. Tim was 13, Steve was 11, so I'm in between them. They were altar boys, and they were the biggest freaking sinners there were, man. And I never said it to him. My cousin started this garbage. He worked for a private contractor, and he got a job when he was 16, And then he was there like 20, 25 years, and he got fired for drunk driving. And he used to get so much stuff from these dumpsters that the stores would throw out, shoes, whatever, And Steve ended up, he looks like a broken guy, Teeth are loose, ready to fall out. He's living in his car. And Tim never was now Tim's become a drunk like his wife, I guess. And I'm thinking, what did you ever see in this chick? He had 1 kid, and now he's fucked up all the time because Steve would tell me, he starts during the day. And because she's an alcoholic. And I said, man, he should just look in his eyes one time. I said, doesn't she make you want to do your vows all over? But they had a good upbringing. The aunt and uncle I'm talking about, they had the church every Sunday. We had a spread to eat. We all had to go. The oldest ones would go on Saturday so they could get to stay out on Sunday night with their girlfriends or whatever. And my aunt and uncle were better parents to me than mine ever were. I had more respect for them than my own. I told my uncle I loved him once. I never said that to my dad.
Now, whose side of the family was this? Your mom's or dad's side?
This is my dad's side. That's my great uncle. He was he didn't get married till he was 42. His parents came over from Italy, and first off, they're in Pennsylvania there. And then they Smithton or Southton or whatever, Eureka Street. And my great grandparents bought a farm in Ohio, and that place just fucking. I think it self imploded, but he worked to pay off the back taxes. And I didn't know it till the other day, but he told me he supported my grandmother when my grandfather had strokes or nervous breakdowns. And I think my grandfather was done working in the mid-50s, early 50s, something like that. And I didn't know he did that, but there was a guy that did what was right. He helped my grandmother out with my, financially. My dad stayed there for a year when he was a kid, so I wanted to do the same thing. And he didn't get married till he was 42. He had 4 boys. The first 2 are just, Joe's in New Jersey or Maryland or somewhere. He works for a casino or something. But he went to college. Had great personality. It's the kind of person that, if you challenged him, well, he'd fucking fight you. But if you didn't, he'd just live and let live, And Mike was a hunter. He liked hunting and fishing. He went with my uncle all the time. Mike is about, I'll be 61. Mike just turned 64, something like that. The other one's 65. So, but the other 2, man, I'm like, what happened, man? You had a good upbringing, You had God. You had the church, and you had good parents. Yeah, they were older, but that's the way shit happens, right? So I don't understand why they chose the path they did. You know, my uncle used to shake his head and go, "Steve, you're crazy." He'd look at me like, you know what I mean? He'd look
Now,
at me like,
are these the cousins that you lived with for a time?
yeah, yeah. He would look at me when he was saying that, just like Mike would look at me like, whatever he's saying, he knows I understand why he's saying it. You know, Mike was the first one that got me high too, man. I smoked weed he had an octagon little wooden pipe, you know, and we were watching Miss Universe or something like that. I think Miss Chili was one of the finalists. He goes, man, he's sitting there and he says, "Ooh, that's a nice one. I liked it, this and that." I said, "Oh, she's black." And he goes, "It's all pink inside." Oh man, he was, but he did the right thing. He didn't do something at the expense of someone else, you know. But Tim did, and I didn't understand his logic. And every time I ran into somebody when I was with the other one, Steve, they'd say, "Oh, who's this? Oh, that's Tim and Steve's cousin." And then right away they'd want to say something. Oh, I said, "Go ahead, you speak freely. I don't care." You know, a lot of people had unkinder things to say because I think Tim was one of these people like Don. They got somebody's on YouTube where no matter what he does, he justifies it in his own mind. You know, oh, they still like me. Yeah, I'm not doing the wrong thing. I'm not affecting their life. But my cousin Mike called him out on that a couple times. You know, and I mean they're around my age, you know, so I don't know what happened to him, man. How could you not turn out good? You know what I mean? Or even a
Yeah, like you're saying, 4 kids from the same family, right? 2 of them are right, 2 of them not. So
yeah, you know, my cousin Mike
it doesn't say much, you know, because you try to be a good parent, you know, but still some kids just turn out different than others, you know.
My aunt and uncle were they were fair, man. They were very fair. You know, they weren't difficult. You know, my oldest cousin complained one time because he didn't have a fresh towel. Well, you know, when one's older, you get bacteria on that shit. And he didn't get shitty with his mom, but you know, you could feel his disappointment. And my aunt told him, "Look, you know," and then she explained to him what she said. And, you know, it was his mom, so he respected what she said. And he walked away. He didn't bitch about it after the fact. You know, he understood what she was saying. And my uncle had ear open all the time, man. But, you know, Mike would hear about what he did, or, you know, to whatever. And he'd smack him around like Abbott Costello's mice, you know, whacking them. And Mike's about 6'2", 6'3", like fucking got to be 300 pounds, man. He's strong farm boy kind of, you know. And he would just do whatever he wanted to Tim. And one time his dad, because he was smacking him around, and my uncle said, "Hey, that's enough, Mike." You know, and my uncle would hear what was going on. But when I went to visit him, he leaves his door to open. His brothers, my cousin Steve, come walking in and out of there all the time. Everybody go to his refrigerator. Some of his friends went in there and ate his pepperoni stick and left him a little part. So he called the guy pepperoni stick all the time. But I took Mike up. Me and Mike went out to eat. And I said, "Man, maybe I should have told Steve." He goes, fuck him. He says, "You know what?" He says, "I think Mom and Dad should have quit after me." Because he had 2 different jobs. He had a heart condition, whatever the freak thing was, he'd pass out. You know, he got fired from one job. After 17 years, went to another one. I don't know what he did. I think he did welding. I don't know what kind. but he told me he'd do a couple jobs or whatever, and that's all he had to do. It was union, so he had it made. And he said, and I never thought about this. He says, I could have got those guys jobs, and they're my own brothers, and I wouldn't do it because of the way they act, the way they are, you know. Because if my cousin Tim would have worked at the same place as my cousin Mike, Mike would have ended up fucking pounding him, you know. I mean, because if Mike gave his recommendation, they would assume that his brother's just like him when he wasn't, you know. I'd have lived there. I'd have been happy living there, man. I don't know, man. I might have had. It was kind of it was almost embarrassing for people that. It was almost embarrassing for people that knew Tim because they wouldn't want to say anything bad because I was around. But I'd tell them, man, I say,
How long did you live with him?
I lived there a year and a half. I never missed a day of school. I was late once because I was sick. My aunt she wouldn't let me, you know. I went to school every day. I liked their school system. I liked the lessons that we had in the books. And I had a teacher that was a religious guy. What was that? My brother-in-law was in the same class as me. I always call my brother-in-law, but we went to school together. And our teacher had a crippled hand, Mr. Lester. And if somebody joked about that shit, we had the paddle back then. I don't know if you had it there, but whack, 10 whacks in your skinny bony ass would freaking hurt. I hit a guy once, but the wrong guy because I turned around. Somebody was messing with the belt I had, and we had a class clown kind of guy, and it was nothing personal. But the teacher goes, "Gotta come out here, man." I never got into trouble again. He was what the fuck? I can't think of. He wasn't
Did you pack your lunch back then?
Yeah. And one of those, what do you call it? So you could smell the meat from the bologna from being in there too long. You know, it's got a certain smell to it. But he was
Remember how some kids had the fancy lunch boxes? Remember the metal lunch boxes?
Yeah. I had some of them. I had a couple
with the cartoons and stuff.
Yeah. I forget what they were back then.
Or superheroes.
I forget what they were. I don't know if they're Superman or there were some cool ones out there. But we had a Lutheran teacher. It was a public school. Every morning he would do Our Father prayer in the morning. If you didn't want to do it, you didn't have to do it. But, you know, we had one girl that didn't, two people that didn't care to do it. But it was a public school. He had a Bible on his desk, you know. He was he was a good guy, you know. My parents met him accidentally because I don't know why I had to say that I only had one parent was sick or some shit. And my mother almost forgot about that fib, you know. And I saw him at this grocery store and they almost blew it. They go, he says, "How you feeling?" And she didn't know what the hell he was talking about. She had forgot, but I like that guy, you know. Some people didn't like him, but again, he was a fair person. You know what I mean? No, don't means don't. It doesn't mean you got 4 times to fuck it up. You know, I kind of missed that structure. You know,
I never recall a teacher that I actually disliked. I might have disliked the subject or something, but you know,
you respected them just like you did your. You know what I mean?
We were taught to respect your elders, and they were elders. So
you didn't go to school and think, well, I couldn't speak my mind at home. I'm gonna do it here. Now
you'd rather have your discipline get done at the school and not let it go back to your dad. You know.
Well, yeah, shit, especially mine. But with my aunt and uncle, it would hurt me that it hurt them. So you know, so I didn't fuck up like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's the way I felt with my parents. I didn't, you know. I didn't want to do that because, you know,
When you
that
when you understand,
I didn't want to disappoint them. Put it that way.
yeah, you do your best, and sometimes it may not, but they won't let you know it wasn't good enough. But they'll still act like it was because you put in the effort. You know, and you can't blame anybody for putting in effort. That's just something that's just uh, normal. You know, I mean, not me. I mean, you put in your effort and we lose. You pick that bat up off your shoulder. You got 2 strikes on you. Put the ball in play. Anything can happen. But if you it was like I just stood there one time and I lost a game when I could have crushed any one of these pitches, and I didn't do it because I didn't want to be on the spot. You know. But I let down a lot of people, for my mind anyway, not theirs. But if I would have had my aunt and uncle more years, my child, I would have definitely been a better person, and I probably would have only been married once. But you know, it happened like it did, so I don't regret it really. You know, but my action or the way I acted affected my wives that I had, you know. So with a little wisdom that comes with age and experience, then you know now I know, you know, because then again I was from my father, but that's a broken record. But anyway, here I am today talking to a couple people from different parts of the world, you know. Yeah.
Don't have any regrets.
No, you know what? I just regret that acting like my father cost. You know, I don't know. That's a whole different. It's just I had to teach myself the things I should have known. You know, by having other people around me, my own good sense or whatever to realize that the way I was isn't the way it should be, and changing myself. My father's idea of changing you was smacking the shit out of you and then talking about why you did what you did. That don't work, man. You
Well,
know.
I can't see this mindset where these parents are like, "Well, I want to be friends with my child." No, there's no. You're a parent. You're not their friend. You know.
Yeah. You
This,
know.
this stuff where I want to be friends. You know. No. You need to
Well,
know your place.
yeah. Yeah. They need to know. They need to know that, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. From the year and a half I was there, I knew when I got what I got, punishment wise, I knew why, you know, and I never did it again. You know, a couple of times I never did it, and always on my mind would be, do I want to go through this again? You know, do I want to hurt or piss off my aunt and uncle?
Yeah. Well, you know, when you have kids, they'll say, "Well, why?" Well, because I said so. That's why. And
Yeah,
why is that? Because I'm your parent. That's why. You know. And once you're old enough, once you're 18 and you're out of this house, you know, you don't. I don't have to tell you what to do anymore. You know.
I never
But
thought
good.
I never thought that this would affect me, but I'd always hear people go, um, "Yeah, they don't have no respect for me." Guy calls me a girl that used to cut my hair, lady. Yeah, when my dad, I got to know her parents. I don't see him anymore. It's just a couple of times. Her dad's a cool guy. His name's Carol. I forget her mom's name. And she says, so when when her then fiance or whatever met the dad, he says, "Hey, how you doing, Carl or Carol or Dad or something?" And it aggravated him. And I thought, how the fuck? Why would he be aggravated by that? So my when my kids graduated high school, one of the families we knew, one of her friends, Ben, his mom was standing there. And I said, "Hey, congratulations, Ben." "Oh, thanks, Tony." Fucking Tony. What? You know, after a while, we were at the same gym sometimes. I said, "Well, now you say Mr. B or whatever now." But it kind of shocked me. I never thought it'd bother me. just like with my daughter, I got married when I met her fiance. Again, I thought, I wasn't one of those people going around where you better call me Mister, you better do this, that, address me as such. And he comes in and living, he goes, oh, hi, Tony. And I kind of looked at my daughter. What? What did you just say? Because I have never.
You say, you talking to me?
Yeah, I never. Well, I'm taken aback by it because I'm not expecting it, So I never thought all those years or times up to then that. Where's Jack? Who's Jack? Sidebar rewind. That's got to be what's his name? I never thought that when it came time for me, when I got addressed like that, that would bother me at all, But I guess that comes from showing other people respect all my life, Well, he's a good guy and everything. It's just I told him
it's just a whole difference in generations. I mean,
he's a good person too, but right. when I saw him,
they're just not taught the etiquette that we were taught. That's all.
Well, his dad died when he was younger, but he's a well-mannered individual. It's just he didn't know what to say because my daughter never told him, and she looked at him. She goes, "You ain't supposed to say that." So I didn't think that I would ever feel like or react like I did, but you do. And my ex-brother-in-law's son, Jeff, him and Alex or Amy are same age. And he gets off on calling me Tony instead of Uncle,
So a lot of times we were in a predicament where, so many people get divorced and remarried. So you don't know whether to call them, Mr. or Mrs. such and such, because they may not have the same last name, due to divorce or something. So you're kind of in a bind what to call them. But you don't call them by their first name.
I think it's super when they I like the people that say, "Oh, just call me," like my second wife's dad. Well, you can call me Don, So I wanted to know if it was all right because I wasn't gonna say it if it was gonna be disrespectful or if he felt it was disrespectful.
Yeah, I told I have a daughter-in-law. I said, you can call me Dad. I don't have any problem with that.
Yeah, but let me know, man. Let me be the one to go. You call me sir or Mr. whatever, and let me be the one to say, oh, just call me by my name, my first name. Something like that.
The Philippines has it figured out because they call everybody either Lolo or Lola or Tito or Manong.
Yeah, I heard these kids at that video I did in Nabonga, and they call me uncle. I'm like, what they saying to my wife? I said, what are they calling it? They calling you uncle. The kids from across the street from the area we were staying in, they come over across the street, foreigners standing there. So what they were doing was to see if anything in my pockets that maybe they could steal, Oh, shit, I got to take a medicine. But I only had a pair of keys in there. I'm smarter than that, This one I need now? Fuck, I don't need one till later. But I knew better. When I went on a bus trip over there the first time, I had cargo shorts on with the pockets on the sides with the button of pocket. So I when I was sitting there, this guy was trying to set me up. I could tell he's looking right in my eyes, but I could see he's got a kind of split in time between me and something else back of me. So I had my wallet in there. I took and put it underneath my leg and sat on it. And my wife's mom goes, "Oh, he knows about that?" I said, "You guys don't tell me shit." Yeah, I know about that. And he's trying to distract me. He could never do it. So that didn't work. And those kids, I know better than that. What are you going to do? They don't go to school. I mean, there's kids that live within that squatter area. They don't even go, and some, almost all of them are nice.
Well, they got to pay to go to school, and they just can't afford to pay that. And it's not very much at all, but they just still can't afford to pay it.
Not a private one. I don't. Well, the public one too. I guess.
Yeah, they still have to pay for the public too.
What a bullshit is that, man? Come on, man. You know, I mean, the one of the most important things you could do for your people is to make sure they get educated. So what that's saying is, the hell with the rest of you. If your family don't got any money, we don't care. You know, that seemed to be the mindset around there. You know,
And you got to pay for. They all wear uniforms, so you got to pay for that too. So
yeah, public too.
They just can't afford.
Public, they got to wear uniforms too. Who's Jack? Who's Jack? Where is Jack? We don't have a Jack.
Jack Hobson. Yeah, the guy that's in. Where's he at? Bacolod or something like that.
Bacolod?
Yeah, that Jack.
Jack. Jack who? What channel? Is that a channel or what?
No, he's like 40 years old.
Jack, I never
Maybe
heard
he
of him.
hasn't been on your stream. Ronald knows who we're talking about, but Ronald's not on tonight.
Yeah, he's probably over on the dark side there. Jackson Bacolod. Oh, that black dude.
Yeah, he's only 40. He just had health issues. He had like a blood transfusion.
Jeez. Yeah, he seems like a real laid back person. Okay. Yeah, from what I remember from him.
He's originally from Michigan.
Oh, okay. Yeah, now I know. I haven't seen that guy in ages though. So
Speaking of Michigan, where's Jamie?
don't know. She's down in Texas there. I don't know if she was waiting for whatever to make that move to Tennessee. Oh, she had to wait on her transfer her driver's license to Texas. And then, you know, who knows how long she'll spend in Tennessee. Of course, you know, if she stays, she's going to change her and get a different one. But I don't know. I think last time or two, her family was all out of town, so she was the only one there. Oh, now we got the other buddy. We got the other guy. Your other friends are here.
Who's that?
I don't know. The guys you talk to that I don't.
Oh, they're here, you said?
Probably. It's 5 people in the back there.
5 in the background.
Hey, JB's here. Oh,
Really?
you forgot. Look at that. So now that's why all the people come. Yeah. Yeah, me and that Johnny Carson, that big man here. Yeah, I don't know if Christian Stoist, he's up now, I guess. Look at that little freaking troll.
They changed it.
Yeah. He's sitting there. I can see the what do you call it, screen.
The green screen.
Screen.
Yeah, I'm sitting here.
We
Yeah.
can't get your picture though. It's
No, I'm too handsome, so
that's right.
Yeah, JB thinks you're good looking. That's all that matters.
You overmodulated your system by being too handsome.
Yeah. And he's only showing us the lower half there too. What's up with that? Huh?
yeah, don't brag, JB. Your premiere is already over.
Well, even if I did premiere, I'm still managed to come. We were about to bail, man. We thought, JB ain't here. Why should we stay on?
Yeah, look at all the viewers you lost, JB, because we were over here.
Yeah. And you could have had us, but no.
Could have had 3 more.
We're kidding. We're only kidding. And when I don't say anything, that's when you got to start to worry. So how'd the premiere go? Or was that video from what? You got to do another either a live stream or a video from the chickens. I haven't seen ever since they were little, and I haven't seen anything else on them lately. How your roasters doing? How many you selling? What are you keeping for?
I saw that one where you went out to the farm. Remember, you had your rubber boots on. You were out in the farm working. I forget what that was titled.
Yeah, the mom was out there feeding. There was a couple of them we saw from out there. Yeah, that's interesting stuff. It's better than watching somebody run. Makes me tired. Oh man. But yeah, I like that. I like those videos with the. God, I mean, I don't know if you guys know this guy, but I think he's a Dutch guy. Not sure, but he had these videos called "Walking In" titled, and he and his daughter would be all over the world, and all he would do is walk. He wouldn't talk. He just, Hanoi, whatever, Egypt. London, all kinds of places. And when you watch him, you don't hear him talk either. Sometimes somebody will say something to him. But what's nice about that is you're watching this as though you're there doing it, So it's pretty interesting, and I find it. I like it very well, even if I did premiere. Oh yeah, that's the old message there, yeah. Why don't you come up here then? Make up for that. That right. There you go. Noticeably correctness book. Yeah, I'm kind of like that too, man. Well, without being shitty, you can be, give somebody the straight stuff. This is what you need. The opportunity, like in the Philippines, for a lot of people is. It's not that great, but it's not that great here either. I mean, over there, you could do something, some side hustle or something, and make money without paying taxes. But you can't do that over here. So therefore, anything that you can think of that'll make you a few pesos, man, you're going to go that route. When you copy people, that's different. The guy where I go to get my haircuts over there, his name is Jojo. He charges 50 pesos. So even with a 20 peso tip, it's a little over $1. And there's a barber shop. He's at one corner on the same side of the street. There's another one. Thank you, Tanai and Ben, 2 times. Wow. There's a new people here. Thanks for coming. What the hell was I talking about?
Haircuts across the street.
Oh yeah, so there's some guy down the street, some younger guy, and he said, "Hello, everybody." Tanai and Beam. He charges 80. What does he think he's gonna get? When a lot of folks that go there don't
much
have
business.
Yeah.
So as much as the 50 peso guy.
The way we walk from there, what do you call it? And Jojo, he did a pretty good job. You got these pictures on the wall, but of course they're all for young guys. You tell him what you want, man, and he doesn't rush because more and more people are coming in. He does what he does, and then that's it. If you don't want to wait, that's your problem, I guess. So sidebar. But you got to come on now to get sidebar. Sidebar, rewind, sir. Sidebar.
What's the sidebar stuff?
That's something.
Doing something behind scenes here.
JB, that's probably like a backstage, maybe. Probably. Maybe some folks from her watching her premiere.
Oh, I think that name is Tinai and Bem Bem. That's what Bem 2 times means.
Chennai and
You know
Ben?
how Philippines, everyone's name is double. Bing,
Yeah.
bing,
Hey,
bam, bam, bam,
June,
bam,
June, June, June,
chun,
bam.
chun,
Yeah, bam, bam, chin, chin. I got a sister-in-law.
And like if you're doing something, you know.
something,
Yeah.
something, bam, bam, bam.
Oh, you know what? When you're talking shit, it's also called talking. And when you say talking,
Or and that's called chica, chica.
chismis, you say talking. Making ice, huh? Of course, we know none of what that's about. Co-host
Making
is
ice in the Philippines.
this guy
Big business.
in the wet market. The guy that owned the stall, his wife left him because he was cheating. So his area was open. Now, a lot of people will pay, not even have the license to be there. They just pay the owner, who actually technically owns it and could shut you down anytime. It's illegal. But this guy had an ice making machine. We bought some pork chops. We went out to Habonga, and it's a almost like a Greyhound bus, just not as nice. And it's got all that storage underneath, but everybody puts their shit on board. So you're walking over these bags and stuff all the time. A little sidebar, rewind. And we came on, and my wife had the bag, and they filled the ice to the brim, man. I mean, you paid for it, you get it all. And she had it in the eye underneath in front of the seat. And the water, the guy says, you got to have that up. You got to take that, put it underneath when they don't care about luggage. But her and this other lady were talking, and I said, well, I can understand that because I was, I drove one too. So you try to keep it as neat as possible. Only here in America, they would, if you would have said that to somebody on a bus there, they would say, F you. But we put it underneath there, and that's about a hour and a half trip, maybe. Habonga, Butuan to Habonga, and the ice was melting, man. I mean, it was
in an hour and a half. It'd be pretty on.
It was underneath. That underneath carriage there. That's aluminum, So it would have. It was no harm, no foul. It was enough ice there, But I was just like, I understand what he's saying because he tried to keep that bus as clean as possible. Here you wouldn't get that respect, but not all the time anyway.
So what did you have in the ice? What were you
Pork
keeping
chop.
cold?
Pork chops. Keeping pork chops.
Do you remember what you paid for the ice?
No, it wasn't much. But when I heard that guy was selling that stall, I thought, because the way my wife made it sound, I'll buy that with the ice maker. But it was only the stall, not the ice maker. Besides, back then I wasn't ready. I was still saving for what I'm saving for. I wasn't ready because they made me an offer on something once, and I thought to myself, I said, who gives somebody $1,000 and then is the owner and by all rights could come back and just take it? You're out. What are you going to do? Yeah, I could use another sub. I lost 2 last week because one of them, I said, yeah, why don't you come on instead? And he unfriended. So, but I'm not one of these fanatics looking for thousands of subscribers. If they come, they come. If they don't, they don't. Yeah. Thanks.
Hello, Tinai and Bem Bem.
You do. They guys or girls or what?
I don't know. I said hello.
Oh, I thought you said you knew him.
He thought you said, I know.
Mm,
You were saying hello.
yeah.
Yeah, see?
Tony can't hear English.
Nah, man, I'm telling you, my hearing. I left this alarm clock I got on, like, I have it set for like 9. I'm always wake up before it. And when I was back home last time, I mean that beeping would you want to shut it off, you know. But now I don't even hear it.
How many
I don't,
days did it take you to get over the jet lag and the time difference
I'm still
this
not.
time?
I'm still I still get kind of sleepy during the day. So I would say 3 weeks. My first 2 times I was a wreck, man. I was sleeping during.
That's one thing I do in retirement. I usually take like an hour nap in the afternoon.
Yeah,
No,
normally after it takes me like 16, 17 hours from my home to Thailand. So I'm there like 7 in the morning in Bangkok, and then I'm 9 a.m. I'm in Pattaya or Jomtien. Then I go to a bar. I take one drink. I go to the hotel or the room I rent. I sleep a couple of hours, and then I'm good to go.
I enjoy.
Christian, did you ever go to Chiang Mai? Did you like it?
Yeah, I've been to Chiang Mai, Isan, Royet, Rayong.
What, that
Yeah,
one Hua Huyen?
Hua Hin. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of interesting, but like I said, they don't speak English as much as they do in the Philippines, so
no, they
it's kind
are.
of tough.
They are more proud of their language, so they don't want. Some don't want to learn English.
Christian, did you ever watch that guy's channel? It's called Johnny. There's something happening.
No.
Yeah, he's in Thailand. I think he's an Australian guy. It's called Johnny. There's something happening. You got to check it out sometime. Show you more of what Thailand was. Bring back some
JB,
memories.
I got to make a little call here.
Yeah, I think he's an Australian guy.
Yeah, I've written his name down.
I think it's Johnny. Johnny, there's something happening. That's what it's called. And he's got a lot of videos of all different things he's done in Thailand. I think right now, maybe he's in, how do you pronounce it? Hua Huyen?
Hua Hin. Yeah.
Yeah. But and he's talked with other expats and guys that, have a home there, and guys selling his home. He doesn't do much traveling like out into the countryside. I'd like to see the countryside of Thailand. I haven't seen any vloggers like that. Don't really care to see the city, Bangkok and all the big cities. But how do you
Well, there's
pronounce
that.
it? Pattaya?
There's Pattaya, Patty. It's all different. There's a guy named CB Media that he used to take scooter excursions all over the countryside there. He's got a lot of videos in his channel. I first joined that guy. He's from
Was
Georgia.
that CB, Charlie Bravo?
Yep, Media, MEDIA, and he when I subscribed to him I subscribed to him. This is 2 years now. He had 50. Did he have 50,000 when I got on there? 25. The dude is over 400,000 now.
Hello,
So-
sidebar.
He went to Dubai because they got a lot of off-road racing there and a racing strip, Jag strip, and they knew of him. They heard of him. So he kept his condo there. He had a car. He had a Beamer made up so he could tear up and do some drifting or speeding himself. He's a pretty guy's. The guy's good at his thing. He goes to racing car shows. He does a little bit. Thank you for subbing. He does a little bit of exploring. You don't know where the hell he's going. Well, he probably does now, but the one thing he did that was kind of shitty that nobody liked was he bought this moped or scooter used, and he went and he gave whoever could knock the bike over with a bat, he gave him a whatever, how many he bought. And the last thing, then he spray painted it, like graffitied it. So he had one video where he had in his field, and he had this. He knew this guy. He had all this. Did a lot of unearthing for whatever bridges or something, right? So he goes and blows it up, and people got kind of pissed. They said, "Hey, you could have given that to somebody that needs it," and there sure are a lot of people around there that could use that.
Now, most I've seen in Thailand is Kevin Thailand, but he's deceased. And
that guy was cool too. He's
Yeah,
Australian, or he
yeah.
was. No,
Yeah,
he was.
he was Australian, but he lived in England, I think.
Okay, I think Monk told us he was from England, but he sure sounded Aussie to me.
Yeah, he's an Aussie, and the Land of Smile, Thailand, and one called Rob. That's the main people I follow from.
Oh, that Rob is 20 seconds in Thailand. That dude.
Yeah.
That dude should go home and make a little money and go back, because he's only, I don't know what he is, man. His early 40s, I don't even know, 30s. And he had a breakup with a girlfriend or some shit, and he took off like, when these weak people do. And he all the people, he really doesn't have a girlfriend, I don't think. And Kevin, he'd go on there eating a steak. When I saw the guy when he was nearing his end, but the guy had a great sense of humor. You mean I hit 60 subs, man? I was at 59 forever, and I had a couple of them back out on me. So magic.
Tony,
Steve
how
Beans.
old was this guy?
Who?
The guy in Thailand had the vlog that died.
Oh God, I think he was. Was he in his 50s?
No,
60s?
60s. Yeah.
He was a funny dude, man. He loved life, man. He was when I tuned into one of his Rob's what do you call it once, and he would visit with them. He'd visit with all these people, and the guy had a jovial personality, man. It was infectious, it was pretty cool. Man, my pizza joint ain't answering the phone today. I'm pissed, man. They got to know if it's not working, right? It's freaking Friday.
Sure, you got the right number, huh?
Yeah. I should. They could have delivered.
What's your second choice?
It isn't a Pizza Hut, man. They don't have them around here like they used to. When I was a kid, they had, Maria's is over on Forest Home, but they used to be the one down in my old neighborhood when I was a kid. And they moved out. They took the same sign with them and everything. And I remember that lady with a red skirt and that fondue hair, whatever they called it, from the 60s. She's still
Buffon. Yeah.
She's still waitressing. Same person, man.
Same
So
hairdo.
that's 50 years. Over 50.
It's probably a wig.
Well, now it probably. I don't know for hair.
All the money you pay to get that done every week, you might as well just buy a wig, right?
I haven't seen her since the old one. I never went in the one where they moved to. But that was our neighborhood pizza. We had Pepe's, Novos, all kinds, now.
Yeah, sidebar. That's my best looking picture.
Yeah, that's him in the morning, string beans. How's the tooth? Who's got a tooth issue?
That's after a few cups of coffee in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's that's because he banged off the headboard too many times. Now, they had a guy that was abusing dogs, kicking these little dogs in the air. He got arrested, and they showed a photo of him. They showed the mugshot. This guy's right eye was pointing directly at his nose. So all these people are giving the eyes have it, and You know, you could be on his right side and slap him and go the opposite way. You'd never
Where is
see it.
this? It was this one of Wisconsin's finest.
Yeah, it was in Wisconsin, man. It, dude got arrested and all these people. We were just, I think they had it on Facebook, and we were just going wild with that one, man. Oh my goodness. Tina's string beans friend, huh? I don't know. I think JB might know that if she'd come on, but she said she came by here to tell me, like, she didn't know I was having a live stream, right? So you're gonna
Now,
have
Tina,
to.
you said that was your dog's name. So are those the dog's name? Tina is one dog and Bem Bem the other? Please explain.
Well, she has, unless they're both named Tanai. Tanai. I get a dog over there. I'm going to name him after I'm going to call my dog's Bob. I don't know what would be a JB. If JB were here, she could answer this question, or anybody else. But what would be if you had a chicken coop, you know, like JB's got, you know how that looks, right? Would it be good to have like cats and maybe a cat and a dog or something to keep the rats away?
How the rat's going to get up in your chicken coop if you got chicken fence around it?
They'll dig underneath.
They keep it up in the air, right?
Oh, yeah, but hers, JB's on ground level. Rats can get
okay.
anywhere, man. But the
Right.
thing of it is, I thought about it. I thought because I gave her the idea. Instead of to put sand in there, then she could just rake up the pigeon shit without having a stinky sheet. Or I don't know if they sell. Do they sell cat litter over there? Because that's that'd be another good thing to put down, because that chicken shit would clump up like cat crap, right? Then you can just take a rake and get it out.
You
Plus-
could probably go to a sawmill and get that sawdust.
Floor dry, yeah, that and floor dry, man. I mean, the floor dry and the cat litter will clump that up, you know. So, and then plus give it a different scent. Have you lost any chickens, JB, to rats?
Or any other predators.
Yeah, any other predator, or did you know if you're a bat girl, did you eat any of them or anything like that? She's kind of shy today, Christian.
You
Really.
lose a lot of them at fiesta time because you got to cook them up.
I ain't cooking shit, man. If I had them, I'm gonna swing them around, snap their neck, and let whoever buys it takes the whole. That's their job. Hey, it's better money when you don't have to go through that process of taking the skin and feathers and all that shit off. You know. You use sodas. What's that? Sawdust. SAWDUST. I think that's what you mean, right?
Hey, Tony, did you ever think about doing an Airbnb at your place? You got extra bedrooms, right? You can make money. Get all kind of characters in there tearing up your house.
Yeah, like freaking hookers and all kinds of shit, right?
Well, it depends what kind of.
Yeah, not the ones that have TB, huh? like that show on Saturday Night Live, Old French Horror. I think what's her name? Carrie O'Terry or whatever. I forgot her name. But
Are you near any college campus?
Nah, no, nothing within the short. No.
Well, speaking of that, I just had this. My daughter signed her lease for her college apartment next semester. Well, it's not an apartment; it's a room.
You know what these?
But it's
You know-
nice because it's a Peni woman we're renting from. So,
You know,
and we've known
how,
her for 15 years. So,
you know how these kids do today. When my daughter was going to Whitewater, University of Wisconsin Whitewater, and matter of fact, that the Packers had a backup that was a quarterback there. She had a roommate, and the way these kids are today, man. Remember when I was a kid, it took us like 2-3 months to cop a field, man, depending, you know. And this girl, My daughter's sleeping, and this girl brings a guy home. They're fucking in the bed. My daughter's sleeping. And she's like, oh. And apparently, this girl, her father was her father owned a bunch, or was a higher up in Pizza Hut. So either this guy had a lot of restaurants, or he was some kind of something, a lot of money anyway. So she thought going to college, to get her whatever business degree or whatever. So her father's hope was that she could, take over it. Well,
She was
she
getting
like-
a busy degree.
yeah, she was getting busy, alcohol and getting busy. That was her forte there. But my daughter said, she said, ain't your dad gonna be mad? He sends you here to learn the business, the business side of it. And my daughter got out of there within like a couple of months or whatever. But I took her shopping for pots and pans and all this shit. She goes, Dad, I could use one of those movie things like behind me. And I'm like, well, that's about all I got on my card here, And she probably didn't succeed, She was spoiled for one, but I'm kind of either that or either it's closed. Do they didn't have any delivery? Well, they didn't even answer the phone, man. So you let it ring and it rings forever, and then it just goes.
Do they have a website? Maybe the website says they're closed today for a certain reason or something.
That's what I'm looking for. Oh, I've seen it on the phone here. Marco's Pizza.
Maybe the whole place around you's burning down, Tony, and you don't know because you haven't looked out the windows lately.
Yeah. I called up today. I got a bunch of medications today. I got the one for the extra one for the ulcer I have. So I'm thinking, I got all this blood pressure. I got all the other ones, So I didn't. I didn't have it. They were all the Circura Fate or whatever the hell it's called. And I called up and I said, hey, what do I got coming here? Because they send me these emails. Your order's being packed or dispersed, and then it'll ship in 2 weeks. And I called up and I said, hey, could you tell me when my other medicines are coming? Blood pressure, levothyroxine, and all that. She says, I said, I'm supposed to be getting them automatically. Oh, it is not on auto refill. I said, hey, you know what? This is like the 5th freaking time I have called up here, and I'll be getting them for a while. Then it won't stop. So somebody's dropping the ball, And I wasn't blaming her, but I got kind of pissed off with it, My former supervisor that's retired now, she told me she's got to pay a little extra to go to Walgreens instead, which I probably should have done, but I never inquired as to how much it was, But I said, look, I didn't scream at her. I said, I'm tired of this, man. What they do after that is they send me a dozen emails apologizing and how they're going to do this and that. I said, look, you're the 5th person that told me you were going to put it on auto refill. So what's going on? She can't answer. She's just a lackey, I'm going to find out. My former boss here is on my messenger here. So thank you, Tina and the dogs. Did the dogs sub too? Both the dogs? I don't know if that's illegal or not, but I think we got 6, so we must have some of the dark side team are here. Like if you hear it, I'll say it. I'll say it what I said earlier. That that one guy that goes around and complains that all these YouTubers ain't paying taxes and this, that, and the other thing. That this dude is from India. You don't acquire that voice in Georgia, but there are a ton of scammers that he's so concerned about. YouTube scammers or people e-bagging, that he should really put his effort and time into diminishing the ones they got, or wrecking the ones they got in India that built people out of their life savings. That is a worthy cause, like these other folks do. Not that petty bullshit, That's the more you think about it, the more it's childish, really. And the guy's a pussy. He doesn't want to show up on anybody's channel. But you're not a man, You're not even, I want to know where Sir Tony lives. In the Philippines. Well, I'm not there right now. Unless that's my wife putting on my sister-in-law is subbing to my channel. Because my wife likes to check in. Might as well wave to her while I'm here. But you have to tell me where you live first.
Yeah, Tony, we want to know exactly where you live. What's your address?
You know what?
I would tell a guy from India.
Yeah, I would break it down to the street name, but there aren't any street signs. So unless you live on a main street boulevard like Montelia or part of MacArthur Highway that runs from one end to the other, you learn by when I was driving bus, by marker landmarks, so you reference whatever. But
in your last years of driving, they did have GPS, right?
Oh yeah, they had it. After I got tested on, we used to call them the rehabs, the one with the fishbowl windows in the front. Them things had a great ride, man, but they didn't have air conditioning. So I live in
no air conditioning.
No, not on the rehabs, we call them, because they put over 1 million miles on those things. And the Allison transmissions were very sought after. And about 6 months after I started, we started out with the 4000s series. We numbered them. They're at 58 or 6,000 now. Just the numbers just go up. And I live in Minden now. How'd you know that, man? Did I tell you that? Oh, I'm talking too much. But we got air, and then but still, sitting in the front window is like a cat sunning itself. It baked you anyway. And they got better units now. They get the buses still ride like shit, and I think they cost $400,000, $400,000 a piece, something like that. No, I'm not in Leyte. I think this is. I think this. Christian? Did you ever meet this person?
No, it's new for me.
Okay, it's probably one of the old. We're not part of that clique anymore. But yeah, I live in Minden. Oh yeah, it's nice there. I like it there. Mind your own business. You won't have any problems. Be respectful, even if there's a couple of turds that live in the area where I was, and I'm not gonna lose my life or over something stupid. It's that sticks and stones thing. I got it better than a lot of people do. I'm not rich, but I'm not poor, so I'm not complaining. I don't judge where people live there. Yeah, I think you know where I live there. I think you know.
Now,
But
Tony, was all your wife's family in that area?
uh, her father was from the Naga, Camerini, sir. Uh, she's got she's got family up there from her father's side. All her father's. Oh, what? Yeah, yeah. He was the oldest, and he died when she was 9. So everybody else is still living. They're all, you know, 50, mid 50s to 60ish, some sort of up the road there. I'll only tell if you come on here and show yourself, I'll tell you where I live. He lives where we live. That must be one of them then. Maybe that's Chin Chin's husband. Maybe. But best thing I could say for anybody goes there, man. If you're gonna laugh or you're puzzled by something, don't throw a shit fit like they do in the West here. You know, you're a guest there and you're living in the background. Let it be. You know, that's the best way of handling any of that over there. I don't ever want to be. I think one guy said hello to me in a grocery store over there, and as I was walking away, I said hi. I mean, he turned around and because he noticed them. I didn't strike up a conversation with him because I didn't come there to be hanging around foreigners like me. I don't mind. I wouldn't mind knowing one or two, but I'm not going to get together and bitch about shit. You know what I mean? I've been I've seen that and heard that all my life, so I don't go there. I go there for the peace, you know. Barangay. Town of Barangay. Uh-oh. No, I can't do that. You tell me, you come up here on the live stream and I'll tell you. That's the only way I'm going to tell you. Avatar. I used to be the only one that did the Avatar thing. Everybody does. That's the only way I'm going to say where I live. And it might be the people that I know already. So I'm not going to give you map coordinates. But I like people, good people. And the reason I'm here with these guys is because they're good people. And everybody out there. That's all I want. I don't want infighting. Any of that bullshit, just
The other day you told me to come on and bring all my friends. I was like, you're assuming I have friends.
yeah, well, yeah, the friends on the dark side there. The Spanky's gang. That's our best way of putting it, Spanky's gang. I don't hold any grudges or feel any ill will to anybody. I just, people are the way they are. I just don't want to be around that. That's all. That's just the way I look at it. Calling somebody a name or this and that is that's not gonna. It doesn't benefit anybody, and then you end up being like you were from where you left from. So the older.
Yes, sidebar. It's easy to see who Tinai and Bem Bem is, but it's harder to see who you are.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it's a nice mask. The mask over the face, they don't look like somebody I recognize, but you never know. Matter of fact, it could be my brother-in-law, William. You never know.
I see
How many of them wear dresses, Tony?
One.
I see that Tinai and Bem Bem also plays Fortnite.
I do. So you know what? I think Sidebar Rewind is a probably a relative of mine in Mindanao. That's what I'm thinking. because you can come right on here, then I'll tell you. That's all you got to do. I might live pretty close to Manny Pacquiao.
Would you recognize him even if he was your relative?
Oh yeah. What's that?
No, it wasn't Fortnite. It was another.
Well, I don't know. You know, I'd be happy telling you where I am, but I want to know where you are, and I want to see who you are. I see these guys. I know where they live. I never asked any one of these from an avatar.
You see
You know.
that hat that Tony has on with the big G? You think that means
Yeah.
Georgia?
Yeah. The Georgia Bulldogs or the G Packers.
Or Georgetown, South Africa?
Yeah. Could be that. Could be the Generals.
General Santos City. G.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
met a lady from there.
You met a lady, huh? I seen Manny Pacquiao driving his super nice car once. Of course, he's going to get flooded by. He's a good person, man. He's
Did he hit
good,
all the potholes?
Yeah, man. He had to. He like this guy at work that had a. Oh my God, I don't know if it was a Jaguar. It was a big black. The car. It was a huge model. It was like almost like a had a huge
Lincoln Town car or Lincoln Car.
No, it wasn't a town car. It was imported. It was it cost a lot of money.
A Mercedes.
Nah, it wasn't that. It was better than that.
What year are we talking here, Tony?
I don't even know, man. It was a 2000 a couple of years ago. I think.
You saw this in the Philippines?
No. At work, when I used to work.
Oh,
This guy
okay.
at work. You're talking about potholes. That's what brought this to mind because he hit a pothole with that car and effed up something real bad.
And a rim or something.
Yeah, well, no, the tie rod engine, some shit in the bottom. He messed it got messed up. So I gave him a little shit about it because he was driving a Toyota, and I said to him, he was a brother. I said, "Hey, Dan, what's up with that Toyota, man? You stepping down now?" I said, You don't have that same shoulder dip when you're walking with that Toyota. As you do when you get out that other one. I think it was a Jag. I think it was a Jag of some kind. An expensive one or a Beamer. I forget. But yeah. You know. Well, they left already, huh? That's all I'm saying. Yeah. They bailed out on me already, man.
Just when it comes time to show your cards, they quit the game.
They're both gone. Thanks for subbing, though, everybody. Yeah, okay. I don't know anybody has any dogs. Uh-oh. Now they're doing the Tagalog stuff. Is that Tagalog there, Kiko, or is that Bisaya?
Kailan. When I umalis, when I leave.
You? Ko is you?
Kailan means when, right? Kailangan, ko, me.
We're getting
Please, JB, tell us what it means. JB, come on up so you can
JB, don't be
explain this to us. We don't mind. We can watch you out there farming.
Maybe he said, when did I leave?
Oh, there you go. The Norwegian guy knows it.
Yeah, it was leave. I leave, and Ilas or Alice means leave, go. So
That was,
When did I go, or when should I go?
that was me. No, I was, I for some strange reason thought they were all on here.
Oh, you went into Google Translate on us, didn't you, Tony?
No, what I was doing was I would click on the what do you call it here and see them comment. I for some reason thought we were all on you're on the channel.
Yeah, if you are cleaning, JB, I have something need cleaning too.
Yeah, yeah. You better hurry up before the soap gets it.
It's okay, JB. You can clean and talk at the same time, please.
You guys talk. Well, come on, man. You always got a lame excuse. Let me make a call here, and you guys talk to everybody, okay?
Look at Tony. He's multitasking. He's sitting on his butt and he's talking.
Yeah, man, that's a lot of work, man. A lot of work.
He's not doing those laying down in bed live streams anymore like he did in the Philippines. There you go. Hello.
I said I'm cleaning the floor.
Okay, translate this for us. Maaari ba nating makuha si Tony sa 100?
Okay, I think they are trying to help Tony to
Get to 100 subscribers.
raise up his subscriber. That's what Sidebar said. I think they are doing the promoting channel live streaming or something.
Okay, what was the last thing? Kailangan. What was it? Go back.
Kunang umalis.
She said, I need to leave now. When you says that, when I said maybe Tony need to be able to trust the person to share some information, and that's what Sidebar said.
Okay, but the word kailangan, I know kailan means when, correct?
Kailangan needs. I need.
Ano?
I need.
Oh,
Kailangan
I need.
is very important to live, or kailangan.
Kailangan. Okay. Thank you. Salamat po.
Oh, now she said, I don't know if it's a male or female. Kailangan kong magbaba ng damit. I don't know if I get it right, but what she says here is I need to get undressed myself. I need to drop my dress, my clothes. I don't know.
Maglaba is wash. Right?
Oh, maglaba.
Yeah, that's
yes,
wash.
yes, maglaba. Kailangan ko na magdamit. Oh, yes. Maglaba. She need to wash clothes. But I don't know what exactly the problem here. Okay, Tina said, okay, sir, Sidebar will make it 100 subscriber. So, Tony. Okay. Yeah, they are just trying to help you to increase your subscriber, Tony. They are trying to do you a favor. I don't know.
Trying to make you go viral, Tony.
Tony wasn't here. He's not there.
I think Tony's taking a CR break.
Oh, and Christian is not here too.
Yeah, I said.
Christian's always here.
I said I have something you need to clean here too.
What is it?
take a guess.
What?
Wait, how did you get it dirty?
How dirty is it? Oh, I need to make it dirty too.
No, it's only dirty from yesterday night. When I showered last time.
That's funny. Okay, I'll leave you there. I have to get my mop the floor because I made a mess here last night. He did not see, but somehow I see lots of footprints and some spot. I don't know. I think it's from his something. I don't know.
So the workers are now tapos. Bahay mo. Maybe the internet went out.
Yeah, Tinay, I think Tinay and Beam saying something about your beautiful JB.
He's saying maganda.
Ang ganda niyo po.
Yup. What did she say? Hi, Mom, JB. Ang ganda niyo po.
Oh, you smell my head. She said I'm beautiful.
Yeah, I tried to tell you, but you already run away.
At casino mo din.
Oh, well, I hope she is not a lesbian.
Freaking louder. What's going on?
Is it a
I
she?
don't think she's a lesbian.
Jesus.
Tinay and Bem, that's female, yes.
Thank you for the subs here.
Yeah, you're taking
Well,
the
thank
CR
you
break.
for the nice compliment.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. JB, I could hear you in the other bedroom like a nagging wife, man.
Did you get a
Jesus.
hold of the pizza place yet?
I got Pizza Hut, man. I didn't get that other one. It kind of puzzles me because it's Friday and they make money at that place.
It's
They must have
8:30 at
not.
night.
Either they had a fire or a death in the family or some shit, or no workers, man. I don't know. But you would think if it was their phone system that they would kind of go, hey, it's Friday night. Nobody's called us and it's 8:30.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah. Well, if I was working there, if I was 16 working there, I'd have said, this is cool.
Yeah.
I'm not a lesbian. No, they said you were.
Yeah,
Well,
JB
JB
said,
was asking.
I hope you're not lesbian, JB said.
Why did she say that?
I don't know. Ask
JB,
her.
why'd you say something like that to somebody like that?
Okay, JB,
Yo.
translate. Manan atiri ako ng kaunti.
When you come on here, you take a wrecking ball with you when you come on mine.
What? I'm not lesbian.
What's the one
what?
before that? Tony, put up the one
What?
before that.
This one?
Yeah, translate that, JB.
Where?
Where?
On the screen.
On the back of your head.
Mananatili ako ng kaunti.
I thought you did.
Oh, mananatili ako ng kaunti. Oh, she said she will gonna stay a bit longer.
Okay, thank you.
Yay, salamat.
Thank you,
Hintay,
thank you.
hintay.
So yeah. Yeah, I got the regulars starting to heat up now, boy. Man.
Wow, you really enjoy watching here?
So when JB comes on mine, she comes while she's doing housework.
See,
Ma-
now
many-
your viewers went through the roof.
Well, I was up to 7 there for a while, man. You know, could have been those.
Yeah, we are three crazy foreigners, you know. So
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Four.
who said you?
JB counts too.
I like your beauty, ma'am. Oh,
What about us?
but if you saw her from behind only, from the waist down, you might think it's a guy.
he
You're
nearly
talking about my behind now, Tony.
Tony.
I didn't start it.
You are talking about my behind now.
No, I'm not. It's like 2 little dinner rolls. I got a
What
nephew
you want?
like,
What do you want, Tony? The Walmart buffet?
yeah. I got a nephew like that, man. He's a little, he'd be 3 in August. The little guy you guys saw a couple weeks back, RJ. He got like, it looked like 2 little dinner rolls, man. You know these kids. I can't even. Oh, it's different, man. It's different.
What's the subject now?
No. Skip
Okay,
that.
don't go there.
Next.
Next.
Yeah, so Ronald and I are going to have
We
that.
need Ronald. Where's Ronald at?
Ronald and I could do that. That
It's
could be
only
a separate.
6:30 on the West Coast.
Yeah,
Yeah?
speaking of Ronald, why he is not here?
Who? I don't know.
Ronald.
Anyone?
Ronald.
Anyone?
Romo.
Ronald,
Maybe
why
he's
he is
Got a
not here?
busy Friday night.
Hey, why are you showing us your breasts?
Did I?
Yeah, but you forgot.
That is why I don't want to keep on
Oh my God.
reading my.
I got to turn down the volume when she starts talking. My God. Can you imagine being that?
It's very strange, Tony.
JB,
When she talk,
joke line.
when she talk with me in the phone, it's like, hello, how are
Oh
you?
my God. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
But
right.
when she talk here, she talks so loud, even my neighbor would hear it if I had the speakers on.
Can you imagine if you was
Christian.
laying next? Hey, if you were sitting next to her and she started.
Hey, the first time I actually called my wife in the Philippines.
Well,
right?
Tony knows me for in real person. Okay, I don't know if he gets irritated to my very loud voice when I mention.
No, you just I could hear you like you had a bullhorn. You know. I know you don't know what a bullhorn is, but it was extra loud. But anyway, moving on. Moving
Next.
on. Who likes who too? Sir Sidebar, rewind. You like me too.
Rewind you.
You
Rewind you
have
like
fun.
me too.
You gotta put a Y where you got the I. Well, the I is the
Tony.
girl's name. Chi-O-N-I is the girl's name.
Your
Italian.
girlfriend, she Ronald? No.
Girlfriend Mo, Ba, Si Ronald.
Ronald is a guy.
Hey, can I say the only sentence I know in Tagalog? Would you ladies get mad if I said it? But I'm
Yeah,
pretty good.
because it's gutter language.
I know, but I'm good at it.
But is that the Visayan one or the Tagalog?
No, it's the Tagalog one. I learned that a long time ago, but I say it so well. I'm not,
Okay. All right,
I'm
let's
not-
hear your pronunciation.
no, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to lose my new subscribers.
I want to hear your dialect. Yeah, YouTube might
Hey, ah,
ban you.
ba, ah, e, o, e. Oh, it's breaking up now.
Yeah, you have
Go.
worse internet than mine, Tony. But
What's
since I
that?
got PLDT, I get a better internet.
I can't hear
Right.
you. No. Well, I'm gonna. You know what? I thought I had arrived when I got back home and I had the internet on, and I loaded a video. It only took a half hour, and in the Philippines it took 5 hours.
It took a half hour at home? Wow.
Well, I had when I get to 4K because it goes through standard definition, then it does what do you call it? High definition, then it does 4K. So it's a longer process. The battery, it's a lot more wear and tear on the battery. But if that's a face behind that mask, man, I'm like, nah, it don't look like. I think that's a guy's face. I don't know. I only know if the person comes on here. That's oh, we lost 3 of them going down the shitter.
Uh-uh. It's because JB left the screen.
You know, if it would have been earlier in the day, I would have rode over there and go. It's not that far of a ride from here, but
Where?
the Marcos. Does Sir Ronald have a girlfriend? Well, he might be his girlfriend. Might be. See, well,
See Ronald, any girlfriend of Tony? What?
no. What? The hell's that?
Sidebar. Tony has a Filipino wife.
Hmm.
He just returned back to the U.S.
Oh boy.
You got to go now, JB. I'm telling you.
Talk about loose lips.
Yeah, well, you dropped the bomb. My God.
Thanks, JB.
Oh, really? You don't want to say it?
Well,
Then I have
you
to
know
say
what?
it.
JB,
You know
just
what?
put his social security number out there too, okay?
You know what? Yeah. Well, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bring her with me. Come up there and visit your farm, and then I'm gonna say real loud. I'm gonna say, Leo, real loud. Hey, JB, is it true you're a lesbian?
Yeah, you should warn me not to say your correct information.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. There's not. We're just kidding you. That's all. There's nothing wrong with that. She watches my live streams often. She knows. Now she walks away.
Well, JB is Malaki Bahai.
Strategy. I do all the cleaning and the
She
plants
only-
that we go to. The plants that we have a high school reunion to resorts, they change. Now it turns back like we will gonna celebrate the reunion here in my place in the afternoon. That's why I have to. I am in hurry to clean up the house.
Ano Petsa?
Huh?
Nayon?
Yes, ngayong
Wow.
hapon. Supposed to be we will gonna meet up
Who's
in
the
a
one?
resort, but they changed.
No,
Yeah.
not in the Philippines. They never change their mind.
Never.
Never
Changed.
change plans.
They were gonna have one for my class, and the lady goes, "I can't find your name anymore." And you know what? You know why I didn't want to go because I really didn't spend a lot of time in high school. I spent a lot more days not being there than I did that being there. because at the time the friends I had, and it was true in anywhere in America. I started high school and I forget what year, but
When did you graduate? 79?
the thing I ain't gonna say that. But
You're gonna say.
the thing is, back then you could get a job. You could get the same job you could whether you had a high school diploma or not. And then all of a sudden that shit changed. Then it was a bad time. It was inflation. I was in the Jimmy Carter days
Man,
affected.
I got a job in a steel mill at 19. I thought I had a lifetime job.
Oh, yeah, man.
A year and a half later, it was gone.
I love working with metal. I love the smell of metal. I don't know why. Yeah, they just
Let's
wrecked.
see.
They got a town in West Virginia called Thurman. That just totally shit that town. There's nobody there anymore.
Yeah. Yep.
But you think of all the jobs in America. You're in a steel. You're making what everybody uses, what everything's built with. Skyscrapers, all buildings, and just what was that movie with Tom Cruise? Tom Cruise and who was that? What's his name's brother? Sean Penn's brother. I forget his name. He died. He's in a couple movies. He died of I think he had a heart attack. But they did a job where one of them most of the kids got a scholarship, and I think he knocked his girlfriend up, so he didn't end up not going or something. I don't know if he killed himself or something, but that was their only way out of that. A lot of those kids back then didn't want to work.
Sounds like the song by Bruce Springsteen, "The River." Did you ever hear that song?
Yeah.
That was the whole steel mill.
Jesus,
The
that's
life
kind
of
of
a steel mill.
I like listening to it, but oh my God, it could make you extremely depressed. I mean, it speaks of a lot of folks' relationship in the steel industry area.
Mhm.
because you knew you grew up in a town where it was kind of always dark and you just felt poor. I don't know, man. It's just, where I lived, I couldn't wait to get the hell out of there, man.
Yep.
Thank you, Google.
Military taught
Look at that.
us a lot of different places.
Yep. Don't forget to put a Y in there a Y instead of an I. I'm not a she-male, but thanks for subbing. So she must have had the dogs. She must have had her dogs subscribed too, because there's only 2 people there, and they got 3 subs to make it 60. But yeah, we're used to watching JB clean, and so like she arranged those glasses, and the next trimmer they have there, they're going to be all out of sorts, So,
Hey, JB, I think the glasses need rearranged.
hey, JB, I put on a new channel here for everyone to check out. This guy's a farmer in New York State. He's near Ithaca. I guess there's a college that was the college during road trip or some drinking rampage.
But he has a farmer wife.
No, his wife. Well, his wife was a registered nurse, like a what kind of trauma center, or whatever. And he was an engineer. He
I know, Tony. But the first thing they ask is he single? I just putting out there that he has a wife. Okay.
Again? hey, Brutus, man, you got a knife there for me, huh?
Who's Brutus?
Brutus.
Et tu, Brute?
Yeah, you're turning on me, man. You got that knife in my back there, brother. No, I'm just kidding, man.
Hey, JB, you missed a spot.
Yeah, you could see that big streak of dirt there by the fridge. Oh my God,
Man.
come on, get Christian.
What
If you go
happened
there,
to that? Uh-oh.
I'm a bit far.
Christian, when you get there, you can clean the floors for her.
What did you just say?
I didn't.
We didn't say anything.
Kiko
I
said.
didn't hear it.
I forgot.
I forgot. Me and
What'd
Tony
I say?
forgot.
Remind me, Kiko. I forgot what I said.
I'm the wrong one. Oh, we said you missed a spot.
Oh. Yeah, it was where that little mouse ran across the floor. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Do you have mice in the Philippines, JB?
Yes,
Or
there
just the
are.
big rat?
Oh, in the garden, the back, we have some mice. I mean, the sheds where I put my washing machine, my generator, there are some mice there.
Do they pay rent?
What?
Do they pay rent?
Do they
Nice
what?
rent.
Do they pay rent?
Rent. Oh, I wish
Rent.
they are.
No, Tony,
So-
weren't you asking earlier how about the rats? Do they get in to the chickens?
Yeah.
Bother them?
Yeah. That's what I asked you. Yep. I was thinking.
She said they have cats. So
I
does
was
that help keep the rats?
In
I was-
the farm, we do have cats, but I don't like cats here.
I was thinking about putting a concrete slab and then cat litter on top of that instead. JB, do you know what cat litter is?
What, letter?
Cat litter, where you put cat litter in a box and the cat goes there to shit and piss.
There are some shops here that you could buy like
It's
that.
you can use floor dry.
Yeah.
Floor dry and cat litter are like hand in hand. And the cat litter, some of it has deodorizers. So when those chickens shit on the cat litter, it'll clump up and be easy to get out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It makes it one little piece that if you go in there with a rake you can get it all out without, instead of some stinky sheets or something,
Yeah, but she don't like to use money, you know.
Ah, that's what you're for. That's what you're for, man.
Showing I'm being stingy, huh?
What a tight
You
one.
need
Huh?
to contribute some kroners.
Yeah.
What's
She don't.
something about me?
See,
She
you
don't.
gotta pay. You gotta pay so she can keep more of what she's got.
She don't want my kroner.
She don't want your kroner.
Nah.
She hasn't even seen it yet, unless you did a little peep show.
One day I will be not. I mean, I'll change. If I will be a millionaire, then yeah, I don't mind spending.
But you know what I want? I want you two to make a video for us.
Wait, you mean $1 million pesos?
Yes.
$20,000,
I
$22,000.
mean, dollars.
No, pesos lang.
I have 1M, more than 1M peso, but I wish to have a million US dollar.
Okay.
I think even if you have $10 million, you will still be stingy.
Yeah, because if she spends one, she won't have 10 million no more.
Yeah.
You know better.
Now, if I were a Mormon, I could have all the wives I want.
Really?
Mhm.
What for? Why do you need more than
Right.
You
Why
don't.
would you do that to yourself,
right.
Tony?
You don't. A little lower with the camera. Come on.
what?
What? Tony.
Fucking
Bastilan.
nervous,
She acted like she
My
didn't
mother
know.
is here.
Man.
JB,
He's
he's been
going
bastos.
to bath
Christian's-
the dog.
Christian is right. You're a tease.
And cheese.
Oh, you gotta go. Yeah, tease,
No, see, men just really like seeing women do housework.
Okay,
You're choppy, JB.
Uh-oh. You got Tony's internet now.
here. He's big now. Look. He's just so tiny 2 months ago. He's very big.
Hindi Ahsoka, huh?
Hmm?
What do you call the street dog? Ahsoka?
No, he's not that big.
That's what I said. Hindi Ahsoka.
Come on, Master. Hello, good morning.
Hey,
Hello.
magandang umaga.
Magandang umaga rin sa inyo. That's my mother. She's
Kumusta, nanay?
mabuti naman. Wait.
Nanay, asawa ko, Pinay din.
What you said, Kiko?
Said, asawa ko, Pinay din.
Oh, asawa daw niya Pinay.
Ay,
Okay.
oo. Opo. Taga Mindanao.
Mindanao. Is she Bisaya? Yes, Bisaya.
Opo.
Who speaks
Bisaya.
Bisaya? Who does?
21 años.
What?
Who's speaking Bisaya?
21 años na.
Gusto mo?
Gusto mo?
21 years na. Asawa.
20 years? You married 21 years?
20 years. Opo,
Oh, that's How
since
many kids do you
2001.
have?
Tatlo anak.
Tatlo anak. Speak to my mother.
Duha babae, isa lalaki.
Dalawang babae, isang lalaki.
Oh.
Oh, that's true. I don't know if you can speak Tagalog, Tito.
Konti
Lackey.
lang.
That sounds like was that an English word for a screw off a lackey?
What is it? Lalaki is boy.
Oh, I know it. I know it. I know that. I know that.
Oh,
but
okay.
Just
I thought you
like,
just knew that bad sentence.
well, I knew the word.
Okay.
I just know the bad sentence.
You definitely know what babae is, right?
Babae. Babae and lalaki.
There you go.
I know that much. That ain't much.
Wow. You learned a lot
Mm,
in your how many months there? 3?
6.
6? 6.
You know, I told this lady at the airport when I was
Already 6 months already?
look at that, man. Man, oh man, how you gonna deal with that mouth, dude? Oh. I when I was at the airport,
Tony, earplugs.
yeah. When I was checking in, the lady, she said whatever she said, and my response to her was like they do there, like you know, nod their head and go I said, you can tell I've been here a while, can't you?
You raised your eyebrows, huh?
You just
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
and she couldn't hear me, so she climbs up on top of this thing.
Did you learn how to point with your lips?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
We used to do
yeah.
that here in the Midwest when I was a kid.
Really? I never.
Yeah. There's a lot of times I'll say something to my son and their answer to their way of saying yes is
Awan!
Oh no. It sounds like they're going
Awan! Ipapay si Bangkito. Dati Bangkito.
Give me a
Please,
headache.
guys, please mute us because it's getting noisy here. Dati Bangkito. Mute us.
Hey, I'm surprised you don't have your father mopping the floor.
Yeah.
The guy came to the door. He says, "You got chickens in the kitchen?" Sound like a chicken or a turkey.
Hey, did they deliver your pizza yet?
Yeah, they did. The guy came to the door and I said, he says, "You like jokes?" I, what? Yeah, sure. He says, what did the snow fence say to the snowman? You're falling for me. It was his original.
Oh, I bet.
He threw me back like what? Fucking
Tell him don't quit his day job,
yeah.
or in this case, a night job.
This guy was older than me.
So how's the pizza? It's pepperoni. They didn't even show us any.
Nah, it's just like a second resort.
And you're wearing a white t-shirt eating pizza.
Yeah, but
If you're like me, it wouldn't be white too long.
I went to my friend's wedding. I was one of the people standing up. I stayed clean the whole night, and then afterward, I went to Burger King in the drive-through. Got mustard shit all over my white shirt. I'm going, oh, these people are going to be bitching, you know.
That's not that recent wedding you went to, was it?
No, it's my daughter's. No. I'm talking about back.
Not the
in
$100 white shirt, right?
Oh no, that was no. That was a nice shirt too, man. Iron it. No, this was back in 19. Shit, what was it? 1980. I forget.
Well, you're over 3 hours now. That's pretty good. Now you muted yourself again. You're pushing the wrong buttons.
It really picked up after JB got done stealing the viewers from me. But I'm a nice guy, so I don't say no. What do you know? What are you washing
What'd you
up?
get? You got a single pizza? 2 of them? Large?
Two medium for $16.
For 16. Wow. Not a bad deal. Is that a
Was-
special?
What?
Is that a special they have going
Yeah.
on right now? Oh,
Well,
okay.
see, when I came home, my son, my phone wasn't working, so I couldn't make calls on it for whatever reason, and so I sent him a message on Messenger. I said, "Call up Pizza Hut, man. Give me some pizza." You know, I didn't have nothing in the house, and he calls up. He says he comes back and he said, "It's like $60." I said, "You telling me these pizzas were $30 a piece?"
You're kidding. He
They
paid
weren't.
that for him?
They weren't. It was. I had a bunch of other stuff too. Well, that guy came to the door because all these pizza places, they factor in the tip right away. The guy that came to the door said they didn't. Because I'm not giving this guy a tip on $60.
Wow. That's a lot of money.
He says, I forgot what else I had. Oh, man. I got pepperoni lovers. I got all that shit, but still.
JB, is that your dog?
Yes, it's my dog, Max.
Wow, nice. What's the name?
Max. His name is Max.
Spell it.
Matt.
Mutt? M-U-T?
Max. M-A-X.
Max.
Max.
Oh, Max, you didn't name him Christian too?
Max.
I don't think Christian will be happy if I name
Big-
him Christian.
Big Christian and little Christian.
How long have you had him, JB?
We got him February, I think.
February. Wow.
Yes, he was born January.
Wow, like 4 months now.
Yes, and he's very smart dog.
Yes.
You can't be that smart if you can't be that smart if you got you.
Does he stay around the Baha'i?
Just kidding.
Sorry?
Does he stay around the Baha'i?
Yes. He also
You don't-
sleep with me in the bedroom.
Oh, really?
But you don't have to tie him outside?
No,
No?
no, I don't like tying him up.
Right.
But when we go run to the concrete road, he's scared. So I have to push his leash when we are running to the concrete road.
Oh, but
if
he
we
runs
are
with you?
Yes, he run with me.
Nice.
And he's good running in the trail.
He can keep up.
Yeah.
Yes, he can keep up. But he was sleeping all day when I did 8.8 kilometer.
8.8 kilometers?
Yes,
In one time? One run?
yes, one time. He was sleeping all day.
I used to run him when he was a puppy, when he was a little guy.
Yeah, but
That's good.
I think it's too much for him at once. And he likes playing. He likes playing his teddy bear, an elephant.
You know, that's rare for the Philippines, for a dog to survive his owners, because after a dog there is not a puppy anymore, most people don't care about it.
No, I'm not that.
I know
I'm
that.
not.
That's what I'm saying.
So Maxi is a
So you know what
spoiled
I'm
dog.
gonna do? What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna sign off from regular YouTube, and then oh, he let her back. Okay, I thank everybody in the background for coming tonight. You can stay right where you are there, JB. Thanks for all the new people you brought me there too, JB, with the new subs there. So
Is
thank
it?
you. Yeah. Adios, amigos.
You're welcome.
You stayed in.